And I want to welcome you into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com, as always presented by Tab Bank. We're here at Lehi High School getting ready to kick off week 2 of the Utah High School football season as the Pioneers get ready to take on the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. It'll be the Pioneers here in the black and the Mountain Ridge Sentinels in the white. They go head-to-head. Both of these teams coming into this game at 1-0. Mountain Ridge knocking off Sky Ridge last week. Lehi getting the win against Maple Mountain. Now both of these teams going head-to-head with statements to prove. Mountain Ridge want to build off a fantastic win that they had last week. Lehi also trying to do the same.
That it is. We don't need out-of-town visitors for a great slate here in the state of Utah. For my money, the best game, best matchup of the night here. The Lehi Pioneers, like you said, not so much the star-laden program that they were last year. There's no Legend Glasgow, no Devon Eka. But this is a team determined to make their impact on a season going against a program in Mountain Ridge that is starting to establish themselves as one of the elites.
Andy Hatfield entering his second season in charge of the Lehi Pioneers. Nick Robbins also on the other sideline entering year number 2. Last year, this game was a defensive battle, 9-7 the final score over at Mountain Ridge. Now here we are for the return game in week 2 of the 2026 football season. The ball is up in the air and we're underway. Lehi boots it up and away as the Sentinels here will field it. They'll have a chance to return. It's Klassen who makes it up to about the 14-yard line, and that's where they'll start off play.
Yeah, Lehi tonight in the all-black, and they were suffocating on that kickoff coverage. Shout out to Skin Science Institute for their sponsorship of our kickoffs here on the Rewind Sports Network, and boy, they got their money's worth on that one, Alex. I tell you what, great job by Lehi. They're out to set a tone tonight. Again, I talked about it. This is a program that does not have the superstars of years past, but a lot of names to watch. You're going to have to look out for Paul Unga there at linebacker, number 9. He's a star.
There is a star at quarterback for the Sentinels as Hunt will air it deep on the first play, intended for Titan DeYoung, and it's intercepted! Interception on the opening play of the game! The Lehi Pioneers take it away!
That's exactly the kind of play that Lehi needed to start off this game. Mentioned Jackson Hunt drops back, throws up the rainbow ball. Somehow the Pioneers come down with it. A monster turnover here on the first play from scrimmage.
Intended for Ty DeYoung. Jackson Hunt throws the interception. Now here comes Briggs Jensen and this offense for their first drive. Briggs Jensen, the senior quarterback, standing at 5'11", 195. He'll line up in the shotgun. First play here for the Pioneers. Low snap, it's on the turf, and they fall on top of it. Danger averted.
Bit of confusion there. Not exactly sure if it was a mishandled snap or if that one just not where it needed to go. Luckily, Lehi able to fall on it despite the fact they'll lose about 6 yards on that one.
Second and long coming up here for Lehi, the home side. In the huddle. It'll bring up 2nd and 15, ball on the 37-yard line. Time taken away here in the early goings of the first quarter. Again, it is Briggs Jensen, number 11, lined up in the shotgun. Receiver goes in motion. That's Cameron. A handoff up the middle. And a nice carry, Sam Verbecki with the run.
Yeah, Verbecki part of a 1-2 punch for Lehi. You're also going to see some of Cam Bryce in the backfield. And while they don't have the name volume that Devon Eka has, they are productive backs. Also, you mentioned Cam Wren in motion on that one. He is a name to watch for sure for this Lehi offense.
Verbecki, last game, 9 carries, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also had a reception for 8 yards. The starting running back for the Pioneers. 10:30 left to go now in the first. Here comes 3rd and long. Ball on the 39. They need 13. Briggs Jensen, line up in the shotgun, right in motion, takes the snap, drops back. Pressure coming, steps up, has time in the pocket now. Trying to escape, the flags come out. Briggs Jensen Goes down to turf. Can't get the first, but we'll see what the flag is.
And this one deep in the backfield, usually in the area of holding. And based on the Lehi offense backing their way up, I think that's what the call is going to be here. We're waiting for the official signal in that Lehi offense. Plagued early on here by miscues, Alex.
Confirmation there on the holding call. Repeat third down coming up here for the Pioneers as they try to get the first down. And it'll bring up third and even longer. Not the spot you want to be in. You have a massive play to start off action. You get the INT on the Sentinels offense. And it's a drive now for the Pioneers that's been stalled out with some penalties. Third and long. Ball on the 29. They need 23. Jensen empty backfield. Goes over the middle. It falls incomplete. And it'll bring up fourth down for Lehi.
And that one almost a tip drill for Mountain Ridge, and thankfully for Lehi, that one falls and hits the turf before it hits the hands of a Mountain Ridge defender. This Mountain Ridge Sentinel defense probably doesn't get the love that it deserves, but defensive coordinator Jackson Peck gets his guys up to play every single week. He's one of the best defensive coordinators in the state. For my money, one of the best in the country. He's been doing it for years. Now setting the tone here at Mountain Ridge like he used to back in his days at Bingham.
That ball booted away on the punt. A fair catch for Klassen. And that's where we'll have another chance to see this Mountain Ridge offense take the field. Jackson Hunt and the troops making their way back onto the turf. And we'll see how Jackson Hunt is able to bounce back after the INT on the first drive.
And that's something that Jackson Hunt has shown throughout his career as a high school quarterback. Started last year as a junior, came on the scene, really opened a bunch of eyes. His ability to bounce back, play forward with a next play mentality is part of why he's one of the best, if not the best, quarterbacks in the state.
First down coming up here for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. Jackson Hunt again line up in the shotgun, and we'll have a false start.
That one's going to be a false start, unfortunately. My man there, Mason Tavita, was an offensive line coach at one point in time. The tendency was always to get after your guys in those situations. I learned to not do it because I like those guys being anxious to get off the ball. So you live with the 5-yard penalty in this one and try and reset it.
Now first down and 15. Jackson Hunt will take the snap, handoff, or keeper gets it out. It's caught on the near side, and he'll be brought down. Nice catch here. Again on the near sideline for Marshall West.
A nice job by West. He just sits down there in the zone. Hunt finds him immediately, and like we talked about, that 5-yard loss, not as big an impact with the Mountain Ridge offense.
Quickly, that ball headed up the middle, barreling through. That's Bradley Foster trying to battle through for the first down. Instead, it brings up third and short for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels.
Sorry, Alex. I was going to say this Lehi defense is tough as nails. To see Paul Lunga in on the tackle along with Max Greenwood. I really like what you're going to see from this linebacker core for the Pioneers. These guys come downhill and they hit with authority. They are not afraid.
A timeout taken on the field. I want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. Method Heating and Cooling is Harriman's hometown heating and cooling company with an owner that resides right here in Harriman and 20 plus years serving our community. Method prides itself on investing into the communities that they are a part of. When you visit your home, we care for it as if it were our own. Go Sentinels. Method Heating and Cooling, proud sponsor of Mountain Ridge Football, as well as TJ Olson Insurance, who brings you Mountain Ridge Football here on the Rewind Sports Network. Also, big thank you and big shout out to our sponsors for Lehi Football. Want to give a big shout out to Ace Gutter, Central Brank, Flowers on Main, Jersey Mike's, Jiffy Lube, Lee's Roundup, Lehi Roundup, Les Schwab, Palmer's Metal Mart, Skin Science, Smile Ranch Orthodontics, Stacy Rogers Real Estate, The Smoke Taco, and Wholesale Vinyl defense, and supply. I'll bring you Lehi football here on the Rewind Sports Network. Run up the middle from Foster. It'll be a first down for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels.
Yes, it is, and I'd like to talk about on the broadcast, running backs who fall forward. That was a good job there by Foster falling forward, filling in tonight for Kinney, who I believe is still out with an injury. Not sure what the timeline is on him coming back. Got hurt in the very first game of the season, the very first series.
It's a method heating and cooling first down for Mountain Ridge. Hunt will go deep. It's over the middle, and it's batted away. Intended for Bennett Nielsen. Massive play on the defense for Lehi.
A great job there on the defense by the Pioneers, and Hunt feeling a little pressure. Nice job there by number 44 for Lehi, Sterling. I believe it's Sterling Fillmore, applying the pressure. Just a sophomore.
Second down coming up with 8:28 left to go here in the first. Hunt again drops back, gets it out, finds DeYoung. DeYoung with the catch, and DeYoung will be wrestled down prior to the sticks. It'll bring up third and short once again for Mountain Ridge.
And this is the advantage that Mountain Ridge has. They have a variety of weapons. It's not just Klassen, it's also DeYoung. You know, and today we have Marshall West filling in as well. A lot of weapons there in the wide receiver group.
Third and 2 coming up here for Mountain Ridge. Jackson Hunt will take the snap, hand off to no keeper from Hunt. Gets it out quick, it's caught, and he's brought down and gets the first down for Mountain Ridge.
Again, goes to Titan DeYoung there, and kind of his security blanket, his weighted blanket, if you will, his Minky Couture blanket, whatever you want to call it. When Jackson Hunt needs a surefire catch, he finds Titan DeYoung, able to go off the play action and complete it there, and they're up ready to roll.
DeYoung, 9 receptions for 93 yards in game 1 for Mountain Ridge. And that win over Sky Ridge. Here comes Jackson Hunt again on first down. Will take the snap, drops back, pressure coming, gets it out, over the top, and it is caught. No, incomplete. Klassen can't bring it in.
Well, I tell you what, this Lehi secondary has come to play tonight. They are aggressive, hand-fighting the entire time, going to knock down balls. Looked like it was number 21 on that one. Or excuse me, Lehi, I believe, who is back-to-back big plays on those. Impressive start for this Lehi secondary.
Klassen in motion, this time a handoff to Foster. Foster will run it up the middle on second down, and still barreling through, finally is brought down as Foster hits the turf. The Lehi Pioneers are saying they have the ball, but they'll say he's down.
You can see Mountain Ridge going no huddle tonight. They've got the Cards on the sideline, trying to set some tempo here, put this Lehi defense on their heels early.
Here comes ball on third down, another handoff up the middle, this time brought down after a gain of 3. It'll bring up fourth for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels.
Yeah, again, the interior of that Lehi defense, Caden Waite, Paul Unga there to stop him. That's going to bring up a fourth down, and Mountain Ridge is up ready to go for it.
Hunt. Line up in the shotgun. Getting the play over from the far sideline. 17 on the play clock. On fourth down. They need 4. Hunt takes the snap, drops back. Hunt goes to the far sideline, and it goes through the hands of Bennett Nielsen, but there is a flag.
Yeah, again, this one in the area of holding. We'll see if that's the case. Sometimes it's illegal hands to the face. Usually when it comes from the backside like that, it's a little too much love and positivity from somebody up front. O-linemen just like to give hugs. I would stand by it.
We'll go personal foul against Mountain Ridge. It is declined. That will bring up a turnover on downs, and the Lehi Pioneers offense will retake the field. Still tied up at 0-0 here with 6:01 left to go.
Yeah, huge stand for the Lehi Pioneers. Again, illegal hands to the face, the call there, that penalty declined. They get a second turnover, this time on downs, but it is this Pioneer defense that is setting the tone early on. Now we'll see if the offense can capitalize.
Empty backfield for Briggs. Jensen gets it up over the middle, and it falls incomplete, intended for number 5 of the Lehi Pioneers, Zeke Clements.
Yeah, Zeke Clements, a young tight end prospect, a guy that I have an eye on. Excuse me, he's a senior, but he's a guy who can be really productive in this offense. But I think it was the pressure applied by the defense up the middle, and that is what you have to look for with the Mountain Ridge defense. They play you sideline to the echo of the whistle, and they will apply pressure from all over the field.
2nd and 10 coming up. Ball on the 38-yard line here for Lehi. Briggs, Jensen lined up in the shotgun. And prior to, we'll have some flags coming out. It'll go against the home side.
You don't know that we're going to see as many procedural penalties here in game 2, but the big problem is nerves. These are two teams really care about this game. Two programs that know how much this means in terms of wanting to get up to Rice Eccles in November. And I love coming down here to Lehi. They put on a fantastic game program management, however you want to put it. Community cares, and these players reflect that.
On 2nd down, Jensen flushed out to the right. Still Jensen as he tries to make his way downfield. Jensen will run out of bounds. Trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Does. Good gain there on the quarterback keeper from Briggs Jensen.
Yeah, it looked like about a 7-yard gain, and Briggs Jensen showing off the wheels on that one. We'll see what kind of adjustments this Mountain Ridge defensive line will make. They're trying to contain him, but he's doing a good job of using his legs, and part of the reason for that, they're dropping 7 into coverage, and they are blanketing those Lehi wide receivers. The ever-growing chess match of football, Alex. What do you do next? You do this, I do that, now I do this, now you do that. Part of what makes this game so great.
3 on the play clock with 2, with 1. Clock hits 0. The flags come out, and it will be a delay of game here for Lehi. So that run from Briggs Jensen negated by the delay of game.
Not sure what the delay was getting the play in there, but you can see Jensen talking to, I believe it's Coach Hadfield and Coach Cooper down there. Again, just trying to get things relayed in there, get up on the ball, try and capitalize on the good work that your defense has already done.
Still 5:50 left to go here in the first quarter. Still tied up 0-0 between Lehi and Mountain Ridge. A massive test for both of these sides as far as the 6A race goes. Jensen takes the snap over the middle, and it's tipped away, and it falls incomplete. Great coverage and a great play by Jace Helms.
And nice job, Jace Hellman coverage. But really what I want to point out is the pressure coming from the boundary side. That's the narrow side of the field, closest to the hash, closest to the sideline, right? So we talk about boundary. Coach Peck brings the pressure from that side, drops a guy into coverage. Jensen feels rushed, and he is not coming off the field. He was slow to get up. Now trainers are out to attend to him. Man, you hate to see that at this point in the game. You hate to see it at all, but especially this early on.
Trainers out to take a look here at the Lehi QB1. Why they take a look at him with 5:45 left to go in the first quarter. Well, good to see Briggs Jensen up on his feet. We're going to go to break, but Briggs back up on his feet and making his way over to the near sideline.
Hope he's able to come back in here. A bit of a up and down start, not necessarily for him, but just trying to maneuver this Mountain Ridge defense. Again, I talked about it. This is an underrated unit. They may not have the superstar 4- and 5-star level talent, but these guys play hard and ferocious, and they bring pressure from all over the place. So
Fourth down.
Go
Fourth
ahead.
down here for Lehi as this one's booted away. Klassen will bring it in, looking to return. Klassen trying to cut inside. Brought down, wrestled down by two Pioneers. Big play on special teams from Millenny.
Yeah, nice job by Kenneth Millenny, but it really is that entire punt coverage team. Jordan Klassen thought he had a little angle there, tried to cut it back, and quickly closed on by a slew of black jerseys led by Millenny. That's what stood out the most to me so far, Alex. This defensive unit, these special teams have come to play tonight. They have an attitude about them. Not going to let it happen in their house.
Here comes Jackson Hunt. Another try for the Sentinels offense. Hunt will take the snap. Tries to get it out quick to the near side. Does. Good catch. Nice move. Still on his feet. And finally, Thayer will be brought down towards the near sideline.
It's a variety of pass catchers. We talk about DeYoung. We talk about Jordan Klassen. McCray Renteria out there catching passes. And now you've got Xander Thayer reeling that one in. But it's a group that works for each other. You see those guys out there blocking, trying to spring him for the gain. He's able to pick up that first down.
It's another method heating and cooling first down for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. Here as Hunt will take the snap, hand off to Foster, and Foster's going nowhere. Bradley Foster swallowed up in the backfield. He'll be brought down for a loss.
Boy, I love when players make me sound like I'm smarter than I am, and Paul Unga is doing it tonight. But I tell you what, if you watch the film, you would have seen it. This is a guy who has a nose for the football. He's avoiding blockers, sneaking in there and snuffing those run plays before they have any chance to develop. This Mountain Ridge offensive line's got to figure that out if they're going to get anything going in the run game today.
Second down coming up here for the visiting Sentinels. They need 13, ball on the 39-yard line. Hunt, empty backfield. Three receivers lined up to the far side for Jackson Hunt. Hunt takes the snap, looks that direction, caught by DeYoung. DeYoung brings it in. DeYoung gets the sticks, and finally Titan DeYoung wrestled down. That is another method healing and cooling first down for the Sentinels.
If you're wondering why BYU wants Titan DeYoung so badly, that's a great example of it right there. He is a first off the bus kind of guy. He's a beautiful build. I don't know if you can say that or not. I just did. Uh-oh. But you can see what he can do with the football. Gets the first down. That battle with he and Lee Unga is going to be impressive tonight.
Empty backfield now coming up for Hunt. Hunt drops back. The pressure's coming. Gets it out to the near side. Caught by Klassen. Klassen will be pushed out of bounds. As the Sentinels now here moving things through the air. Hunt gets two completions in a row.
And this is an area where you usually look for Mountain Ridge to go with that kind of up-tempo look. Instead, they're going to slow it down just a little bit. But you can see the command that Jackson Hunt has over this offense, right? He's throwing those 40, 50-yard crossfield passes, and they're on a dot.
Hunt line up in the shotgun, takes the snap here on second, gets it back out quickly to Klassen. Back-to-back receptions for the number 5, Jordan Klassen.
Really where Mountain Ridge has had the bulk of their success are those 8, 10-yard routes. A lot of comebacks, easy throws, but you see the timing is so lethal. Those Lehi defenders don't have time to close.
Third down coming up for the visiting side. They need one. Hunt will take the snap, hand off to Foster. Foster right up the middle, gets the first down and more.
Well, that's a nice run there by Foster. I also really like the call. I'm not sure if it's Nick Robbins or Devin Osborne who makes those calls. Kind of a teamwork aspect for them, but great call there on third down. They pick up the first, and this drive continues for the Sentinels.
Another method heating and cooling first down for Mountain Ridge here on first down. Ball on the 28-yard line. Looking to get into the red zone. Rolls out to his right, goes deep towards the end zone. It is caught. No, it falls incomplete. Oh, from over here, it looked like he had it, and then it comes out, hits the turf, and it brings up second down.
Haven't seen a lot of rollouts this week. Looked like it was McCray Renteria that he was looking for.
Apologies for the technical difficulties. We unfortunately did miss a TJ Olson insurance touchdown for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. They take the lead thanks to Bradley Foster, who runs it across for a touchdown. It is 7-0 Mountain Ridge as we bring you back here to Lehi High School. And the Lehi Pioneers will set up shop here at the 50. 50 seconds left in the first quarter. First down for the Pioneers. Handoff to Verbrecki. Verbrecki goes out over to his left, is pushed out of bounds, maybe a yard on the run. It brings up second down.
And realistically for the Pioneers, it's starting out a drive without any kind of miscue to bury them early on. That's really the only thing that's happened to them this game outside of the touchdown that's been any kind of concern or worry is the self-inflicted errors that have pushed them back. Otherwise, this has been a really, really positive showing from this Pioneer squad.
Stoppage here with 17 seconds left to go in the first quarter. On second down, the officials will now meet here at the Logo L, have conversations.
Again, good to see Briggs Jensen back out there. Signal caller number 11 for this Pioneer squad. Slow to get up after the last series, and lots of love to him fighting through it.
7-0 lead for Mountain Ridge here on. We'll add time onto the clock. That is what was the discussion being had. So instead of 17, we'll go up to 28. 28 seconds left here in the first quarter. Second down, ball on the 49-yard line, gets it out quick, finds Cameron, who's going nowhere. How about the Sentinels defense? Cade Uluave.
Yeah, Cole Uluave, big brother Cade, starring not too far down the road, BYU, but Cole showing that he lives up to the family billing. He plays it all for this Mountain Ridge defense. Linebacker, safety, you see him come downhill, make the play there, and a huge, huge stop there for the Sentinels, and that'll be the end of the quarter.
We head to the end of the first. It is the Sentinels who are up 7-0 over the Lehi Pioneers. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com, as always presented by Tap Bank. Don't go nowhere. Second quarter action coming up on the other side when we return.
Nobody in Utah has more Toyota trucks than Orem Toyota. With multiple Toyota locations, we simply carry more trucks than anyone. And every single one comes with one simple promise. The price you see online is the price you pay. That's our full offering price with every dealer add-on and a $499 dock fee included. You only add tax, title, and registration. No games, no gimmicks, and no surprises. Orem Toyota, you lead the way. Shop every truck online today at oremtoyota.com.
And I want to welcome you back into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Lehi and Mountain Ridge going head-to-head. Massive battle here for 6A. Jensen flushed out to his left, just has to pitch it up in a way intended for Clemens. It falls incomplete.
Boy, it was a heck of an effort by Jensen just to get that ball away, and even close to his receiver. He was being bared down by Kason Nicolosi from the backside, senior linebacker. I believe it was also a few more friends. A lot of pressure from that Mountain Ridge Sentinel defense.
How about Ryder Whitaker?
Yep.
Just making his way off that defensive line, not giving up on trying to get to Briggs Jensen. great play to bring up a 4th down. Now the Lehi Pioneers will punt it up and away. Klassen will bring it in. Klassen will look to make a big return. Klassen has some space. Klassen still on his feet and finally wrestled down just before the 30-yard line.
A nice job by Jack Sweet on the tackle, but I also want to shout out number 26, Case Kelly, one of the meanest sheds I've ever seen on a special teams play. Otherwise, Jordan Klassen would still be running, trying to find the in and out. Right through the end zone. Forced him back to the inside. Sweet was able to make the tackle there. Sometimes it's those plays before the play that can make all the difference. I like the term hockey assist. That was a tackle assist.
11:40 left here in the second quarter. And this is where we'll have the Mountain Ridge Sentinels set up shop. Touchdown on the last drive. We'll see how they come out with this drive as Hunt will look to go over the middle and through the hands of Bennett Nielsen, falls incomplete.
Oh, it's too bad because we had another induction into the pancake platoon there. Mason Tavita on the pass pro gets the pancake and the smoothie. And the unfortunate part, the pass goes incomplete. Now Mountain Ridge in a rare situation. They're 2nd and long.
Jackson Hunt lined up in the shotgun, will take the snap, drops back, gets it out, it's caught. Nice little catch made there by the Sentinels, brought down prior to the sticks, but Marshall West, the sophomore, making plays.
Yeah, a lot of young guys in this wide receiver group getting time. It's part of the program development here for Mountain Ridge. You've got a senior signal caller in Jackson Hunt that you can count on to deliver on-time passes. That offensive line's doing a really good job of protecting him, and so you can get a lot of guys involved catching passes. Now gives you a 3rd and brown bear. Here we are, 3rd and 5.
Ball on the 35-yard line. Empty backfield coming up for Jackson Hunt. Takes the snap. Gets it out quick. It's caught again. Gets the sticks, and that's another method heating and cooling. 1st down for Mountain Ridge's Marshall West. Again, the sophomore making plays.
Yeah, again, a reminder to folks watching at home, it's okay to be average as long as you finish strong. And that's exactly what the Mountain Ridge offense does there. Picks up the 1st down, moves the chain, they're up and ready to roll.
Empty backfield once more for your quarterback, Jackson Hunt. Receiver in motion, drops back, looks it over the middle. DeYoung rises up, brings it down, and that's another Sentinels 1st down.
Well, he got rocked by Paul Unga, holds on to the ball and comes down, but you can see what Mountain Ridge is trying to do. They bring him in motion, give him a flying start, make that defense pursue, and now hands on hips for Lehi as this Mountain Ridge offense is finding their stride.
Again, going with the empty backfield look on 1st down. 3 receivers lined up to the far side, to the near side. Takes a snap, gets it out quick, it's caught and brought down. The Sentinels here get the keys, man. They're going on a nice little drive.
Yeah, interesting little action going on there as Colt Kelly sims pressure. So what does Jackson do? He goes right to the spot where Colt Kelly simmed it. That's the sign of an elite quarterback right there, folks. He knows where to go with a football before the snap even comes. And they just get the 5-yard gain, but that's just enough for this Mountain Ridge offense.
McCray Renteria with his first catch of the night. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Ball on the 39. Hunt again will take the snap. Gets it out quick. It's caught. Klassen makes the snag, and Klassen gets another method heating and cooling 1st down for Mountain Ridge.
And again, nice defense there. You're seeing this Lehi secondary be tested, and the hard part about it is you got a guy like Paul Unga who really does his best work inside the tackles, right? He's out there on an edge trying to guard guys, and so at some point you may need to look into diving into the depth of your roster, seeing if you can go to a nickel or a dime package.
Hunt drops back. Hunt towards the end zone. Oh, and it falls incomplete, intended for McCray Renteria.
Boy, that's double coverage out there. Porter Hobbs and another, I believe it was number 21, if I'm not mistaken, for Lehi out there again. But the ball from Jackson Hunt, right on time, right where it needs to be. Renteria just not able to reel it in. So we'll see what happens here now on second down.
Hunt gets the snap. Hunt rolls out to his left. Hunt gets it out quick, and it is incomplete. Over there to the far sideline, and it will bring up third down.
And that's a very good stop by this Lehi defense. Again, you can see a lot of guys hands on hips. This offense wants to spread you out vertically and horizontally. They want to get you running. Now you put them into 3rd and 10, limits the amount of options and things that they can run here. Now you can bring some pressure. Now you can get a little exotic.
Third down coming up here for Mountain Ridge. Hunt takes the snap. Pressure coming. Rolls out to the right. Hunt still on his feet. Hunt keeps it. Hunt tucks and gets pushed out of bounds, but he'll be stopped short of the first down.
Boy, about the only thing that could stop Jackson Hunt with the sideline. We lost a player and a trainer as he got shoved out of bounds. It's going to be just short, but you saw Brody Downs in pursuit. Paul Unga had him, got taken out by his own man. And again, I talked about it. This is a time where you can bring pressure. What does Lehi do? Right up the middle, flushes Hunt out, gets the play, but it's just those incidental plays that you really need to go your way. Now Mountain Ridge is going to go for it here on 4th down.
4th down coming up for Mountain Ridge. The offense still on the field. Hunt, empty backfield, 3 receivers lined up to the far side. Hunt over the middle, it's caught. Nielsen brings it in. Nielsen makes one miss, and finally Bennett Nielsen brought down inside the 10 for another method heating and cooling first down.
What I love most about that play, Bennett Nielsen makes sure to secure the catch, then tries to get additional yards. Mountain Ridge taking advantage of it, trying to get up and run a play.
Stoppage and play with 8:29 left to go. Timeout taken on the field. The Sentinels, they got the rushing touchdown on the last drive. Now here in the ensuing drive, they'll have an opportunity as they're knocking on the end zone, ball on the 10-yard line. What a drive being put on here by Jackson Hunt.
And I love this timeout by Coach Hatfield and his staff. Get your guys on the same page. Try and stop that momentum. Try and hold them to a field goal here if you can. Because like you said, Alex, Jackson Hunt has this offense clicking. He went to multiple wide receivers throughout the course of that. Didn't see a lot in the run game now outside of Hunt scrambling outside the pocket, but it was a variety of receivers catching passes. It was Nielsen, who I believe had his first catch of the game for the 4th down conversion there. You can just see why this team is so highly thought of amongst the high school football community and why so many people think they have an opportunity to win a state championship.
Every great team needs a strong defense. Your home is no different. Since 1988, Ace Gutter has helped protect homes across Lehi and northern Utah with expert gutter installation and trusted local service. Good luck, Pioneers. Ace Gutter, Utah's #1 choice for home exteriors. Also, Lehi football here on the Rewind Sports Network is brought to you by Central Bank. Central Bank is proud to support Lehi football and the entire Lehi community, serving Utah County communities for over 135 years and voted best bank in Utah Valley. Central Bank is strong, local, secure. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. First down coming up here for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. Inside the 10. Hunt to the end zone. It is over. Titan DeYoung and incomplete.
I believe number 20 there, Lehi Unga on the coverage, and a great job by Unga. Doesn't allow DeYoung to elevate. That's the kind of coverage that you teach your defensive backs. Be physical. Don't allow those guys to push off and use their advantages. Just a great job by him out there on the edge. It's a clear size mismatch. Unga has been really impressive tonight.
Hunt drops back. Hunt to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Titan DeYoung.
Lehi brings the pressure up the middle, and all that does is open a lane for Jackson Hunt to rifle one to Titan DeYoung for their 2nd touchdown of the game. Mountain Ridge goes up 13-0 pending this PAT, and that offense has found their rhythm.
Another TJ Olson insurance corralled in by Titan DeYoung. 13-0. The kick is up. The kick is good. And the Sentinels lead by 2 touchdowns, 14 0 with 8:18 left to go. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network.
Are we there yet?
I know.
Yes.
Nice.
You got this blue truck.
Can you wear this?
Continue on I-84 East for 250 miles.
On the car, everything is looking great. Tires, brakes, and everything check out fantastic. Perfect.
Howdy, partner.
Whoa!
More popcorn?
Thanks so much.
Come on over here. Get closer.
Want to welcome you back into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Big shout out to all of our sponsors. Whether you're celebrating a big win or sending a little love, make the moment bloom with Flowers on Main. From beautiful bouquets to thoughtful arrangements, we're here to help you celebrate every occasion. Visit us today at flowersonmainutah.com or call 801-766-2000. Also, big thank you to Jersey Mike's. Is a proud sponsor of Lehi Pioneers. Come on and buy Jersey Mike's subs to try the number 13 original Italian provolone cheese and 5 different meats, all sliced fresh on the spot, or get a hot Philly cheesesteak grilled fresh right in front of you. Experience the sub above difference at Jersey Mike's. Spall will go into the end zone, back for a touchback. And that is where the Lehi Pioneers will begin. With the touchback, they'll be at the 20 to begin their next drive.
And for Lehi, I think this becomes a pretty critical drive, not just because you're down 2 scores, but because your offense needs to find their identity here. We've gotten behind the 6 a couple times, thrown them off their normal schedule in terms of play calls. I think you want to try and come out and establish anything to get a rhythm going, whether it's a little bit in the run game or the pass game, we'll wait and see.
Jensen will take the snap, rolls out to his right, trying to get it to Clemens. Hits the turf and falls incomplete.
And that's the only hard part about throwing those passes where it's line of scrimmage adjacent. Clemens gets knocked off his line, and Briggs just has to bury the ball. Nice job by Scooby Tulau. I'll tell you what, you talk to anybody, they love the potential for Scooby Tulau for this Mountain Ridge defense and beyond.
Tulau last week, the leading tackler for the Sentinels defense, 13 tackles against Skyridge.
It's elite broadcasting there by Alex Napolis.
That ball over the middle, and it is caught. It's Cam Wren finally getting himself involved, makes the catch, and gets the first down for the Pioneers.
Speaking of elite plays, elite catch by Cam Wren. Lehi taking a page out, going high tempo here now.
Quickly to Jensen. Jensen gets it out of the near side for Butterfield. Butterfield here on the near sideline. The ball's ripped out, but he's out of bounds.
You can see the vicious rip there. No peanut punch for this Mountain Ridge defense, but Kyler Christiansen, who, again, one of those guys that we probably don't talk about as much as we should, gets the stop. But I think the bigger storyline coming out of this one is Lehi starting to move the football.
Second down, ball on the 38. They need 4. Jensen. Briggs. Jensen floats it up again, intended for Butterfield. Butterfield looking back at the officials. He wanted a flag, but instead it falls incomplete.
Yeah, they had a matchup there that they liked. It's Tristan Washington out there in coverage, and Butterfield thought he had a step and just not able to connect. Good thought, good action there by the Pioneers, but now you're 3rd and 5. Listen, we got a lot of 3rd and brown bear this game. This is why I love coming to Lehi. They feel the love. I love you guys.
7:40 left to go here in the second. Down by 14. 3rd down coming up for the home side. Briggs Jensen lined up in the shotgun. 2 receivers lined up to the far side. Jensen gets it out quick to the near side and through the hands of Cam Bryce, and it falls incomplete.
Boy, Bryce able to reel that one in. It's for sure a first down and maybe more. It's not quite where it needed to be, and he's not able to reel that one in. Now Lehi has to punt this one away. I think not the result that they hoped for, but a lot of good takeaways for that Lehi offense. Able to pick up a first down, able to move the ball, and again, now it's about capitalizing on those opportunities for the Pioneers.
4th down, they'll punt it away. Ball booted up and away by Avina. Here comes Klassen on the return. Klassen with an opportunity here to the near sideline, finally pushed out of bounds, just shy of the 50.
It was a wild boot. Looked like it was Sam Verbecki on the tackle on that one, but good punt. The coverage just not able to collapse on Klassen in time, and the second he sees a gap, he is off like lightning, and hopefully no delays with how electric that return was.
Second quarter action here at Lehi, 7:24 left. The Sentinels back on the field. 2 straight drives ending in touchdowns. See if they can make it 3. Jackson Hunt lined up in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Flushed out to the right. Over the middle, DeYoung with the catch. DeYoung gets the first. DeYoung with plenty more. And Titan DeYoung will go down. That's another method heating and cooling first down for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels.
Yeah, Porter Hobbs, Paul Lunga combined for the tackle there, but I think what you're seeing is a Lehi defense that is bound out on the field a lot this game, and Mountain Ridge is going to take advantage. They're going to run quick. They're going to get you moving around. They want to get one more before the half ends.
Hunt, 2 receivers to the far side, looks that way, gets it out quick, it's caught. And now here's an opportunity for Thayer, who is wrestled down before he's able to break it into the end zone. But Xander Thayer.
It's just a basic wide receiver screen, but a good job of blocking, and Xander Thayer does the rest. You can see why the sophomore is out there. He's lightning fast, gets downhill, picks up the first down and more, puts Mountain Ridge immediately into the red zone and into scoring position.
Thayer last week had just the 1 reception, went for 82 yards in the touchdown. Here's a nice little pass reverse as it's into the end zone. Touchdown for Xander Thayer.
Xander Thayer is speed, and number 7 comes around on the reverse, gets the touchdown. There is a flag on the play. I think this one's going to be for a horse collar tackle. My assumption is that the touchdown will stand. And boy, what a drive, if so, from Xander Thayer.
Waiting on the official call here.
I can't.
Still conversations being had by the officials on the field. Now here's the call.
Okay. So 2 fouls against the Lehi defense there. Didn't get any signal that the touchdown was good. But we have a PAT. Okay, here we go. We got it.
Here comes the PAT. Will O'Neill, the kick is up. The kick is good. And Mountain Ridge extending this lead. How about 3 straight drives from Mountain Ridge ending in touchdowns, 21 straight unanswered for the visiting team.
Really, really impressive how this Mountain Ridge offense has found their stride. And Jackson Hunt's always going to get a lot of love on the broadcast from us. Big fans of his. You can see why, though. It wasn't just one guy. It wasn't McCray Renteria. It wasn't Titan DeYoung. On that one, it was all Xander Thayer, making plays. And it's just Hunt's ability to manage and run this offense. Second-year starter. He knows Nick Robbins' system. He is hyper intelligent, and that's what's allowed this Mountain Ridge offense. That, and got to be honest, some pretty good play from that offensive line to put up a 3-score lead.
Need a fast and easy oil change? Jiffy does it, but there is more to Jiffy Lube oil change than just oil, like free fluid top-offs, preventative maintenance checks, and more. With no appointment needed, Jiffy Lube does it all. Jiffy Lube, proud sponsor of Lehi football. Also, proud sponsor of Lehigh Football, Lee's Roundup. At Lee's Roundup is your locally owned one-stop shop for everything you need, from gas and diesel to off-road and ethanol-free fuel, plus DEF and propane to keep you moving. Feeling hungry? Stop by our in-house deli for fresh, made-to-order food. And don't forget our car wash to keep your ride looking its best. For 30 years, we've been proud to serve the Lehigh and American Fork communities. Another Skin Science kickoff here as this one's booted up and away. It'll go out of bounds. The flags will come out, and the Pioneers will get the ball back.
Yeah, kind of an interesting situation there as the penalty is applied on the kickoff. So it gives Mountain Ridge an opportunity to try an onside, take a gamble. If it pans out, that gives you a quick scoring situation. You can get on this one in a hurry. So I like the thought process from Coach Robbins. The execution not where it needed to be, and so now Lehi takes over at the 35-yard line. And for an offense that started to build something, you kind of have to wonder which is it worth taking the risk versus giving them better field position. And really what the Pioneers need here is they need a touchdown. Still 6:26 on the clock, so still got plenty of time here in the second quarter, but a scoring drive here or even just an explosive play would really change the feel and the momentum of this game for Lehi.
21 straight unanswered for the Sentinels. The story here in the second quarter and this massive 6A matchup between the Sentinels and the Pioneers. Briggs Jensen had 247 yards last week. Jensen will now have to carry this offense down the field, trying to pull one back before the halftime break. Jensen will hand it up off the middle. Verbrecki rushes up, meets a wall of Sentinels, and gets a yard on first down.
Just an easy zone play there. Trying to get those big offensive linemen moving downhill, trying to lean on that Mountain Ridge defensive front. And again, the desire, the emotional response is that you want to try and get points in a hurry, but you still have an entire half to play. 21-0. That's plenty of time for Lehi to climb back into this one. You want to stick with the run game.
2nd and 9 coming up here for the home side. Ball on the 21-yard line. Verbrecki this time rolls out to his left, and he's going nowhere. What a play. What a Scooby. Coming up big and denying the run from Verbecki.
Yeah, Scooby smacks on that one, and Scooby Tulau comes up and makes the tackle, and just a great job by that defensive line, stringing it out, allowing him to find the gap, and what a play by Tulau to make the tackle. Now 3rd and long for Lehi, and we saw early on when they needed a conversion, it was Cam Wren that got it done. I wonder if they'll go to him again.
Jensen lined up in the shotgun. Verbecki in the backfield. 2 receivers lined up to each side for Jensen. Drops back. Steps up in the pocket. Jensen trying to get past Uluave, and Cole Uluave makes the tackle and denies Jensen for the first down.
Huge tackle there by Cole Uluave. Briggs Jensen had a head of steam. Uluave gets him down before he's able to pick up that 4th down, and now Lehi will have to punt.
Time ticking away here in the second quarter. 4:21 and counting down. 4th down again for Lehi as Avina comes out once more to boot this one away. Number 82 rolls out to his right, kicks it up and away. It'll go out of bounds and out, and that is where the Sentinels offense will set up shop. Trying to make it 4 drives in a row with the touchdown. It was Bradley Foster who got the first one off the rushing touchdown. Then Titan DeYoung added a second, and then Xander Thayer with the 3rd.
You can see this Lehi team starting to press a little bit, trying to make plays where everything was so much smoother early on. That scoreboard starts to linger in your mind. So realistically, what you need to do is, as a defense, come out, wipe it all aside. First play mentality, first series mentality. And this is a group that's proven that they can stop this Mountain Ridge offense. The stop here would be monstrous.
4:07 left to go here in the second. Tying DeYoung in motion. Hunt drops back. Hunt gets it out, and it falls incomplete. Intended over the middle for West.
And that's something we haven't seen a lot so far from Mountain Ridge is Jackson Hunt under duress. You see what happens when he has to move around in that pocket, tries to hit the receiver in stride, just not able to do it. And it's a lot harder when you're trying to throw on the run upfield to be accurate. Good job by that Lehi defense to apply the pressure.
Second down coming up here for Mountain Ridge. Ball on the 49. 12 on the play clock. Hunt lined up in the shotgun. 2 receivers out to each side. Hunt will take the snap. Fake to Foster. Now here's DeYoung. DeYoung has to come back. Looked like DeYoung had a chance to break a tackle, but a big play defensively from Lehi.
It was a good job by Unga to go low and stop him initially, and as he spins out of it, Brody Downs comes downhill. I love gang tackling. I love team pursuit. I don't love defenses, but I love that on defense. Defenses are just mean, Alex. They just always want you to stop doing everything.
They are. You needed them to be mean.
That's true.
Hunt drops back, flushed out to the right, has to get rid of it, does, caught by Klassen, and he will be, gets the first down.
Boy, they almost had Jackson Hunt in the backfield. Sterling Fillmore, young sophomore, having a fantastic game. Just wasn't able to get him down in time, and Jackson Hunt gets the completion, the first down, but I love the effort that I'm seeing from this Lehi defense. They're in the fight.
It's another Method Heating and Cooling first down for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. A catch is made, but the flag thrown out over on that far sideline. We'll wait and see what the call is.
I think this one's coming back. This feels procedural to me. Not sure if it'll be illegal motion or illegal shift. We'll find out. There it is. So that's another win for this Lehi defense. Back them up 5 yards. Under 4 to play here. Just need 2 or 3 more plays.
1st and 15 here for the visiting Sentinels. Jackson Hunt lined up in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Gets it out. Caught. No. Hits the turf. Intended again for Marshall West.
Now 2nd and 15 for this Lehi defense, and here it comes, right? There are moments in games where you want to see your big-time players make big-time plays. This is one of those moments. My college coach, Steve Coburn, used to say that there are 5 key plays in every game. This is starting to feel like one right here.
2nd down. Hunt drops back. Pressure coming. Hunt steps up. Hunt escapes a tackle and then has to slide down, gets back to the line of scrimmage. They had him in the backfield. Somehow Jackson Hunt wiggles away, escapes, and lives to see 3rd down.
Well, it started with the pressure from Sterling Fillmore, and it ended with Trey Nelson finally getting him down. That Lehi defensive front has worked tirelessly trying to put the pressure on, able to get it that time. Now puts Mountain Ridge at 3rd and long. For Lehi, that's best case scenario.
Timeout taken on the field with 2:31 left to go here in the second quarter. While we are here, want to give a quick special shout out for everybody who makes this broadcast possible. Austin, who has done a phenomenal job tonight. He's up on top of the press box. Always does amazing. And then we have a very special spotter in the box with us tonight. It is the Jake Hatch, helping us out here inside the press box. I want to give them a quick shout out for all their hard work and everything they do.
Love the Rewind team. Austin, one of our elite camera operators. We've got so many of those. They are truly the people who make these broadcasts happen. I cannot emphasize that enough. You can replace me. We can't replace the camera operators. In fact, if I have to sub out, we got Hatch here. We can sub him in at halftime if we need to. Also want to thank everybody watching at home. Wherever you're at, even if it's in Memphis, Tennessee, if you know, you know. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you all.
The Lehi Roundup Rodeo is more than just a rodeo. It's a celebration of heritage, tradition, family, and community that brings small-town Lehi back to life. It holds generations of cherished memories and continues to create new ones, carrying a legacy that will be treasured and passed down for generations to come. Third down and long coming up here for the Lehi Pioneers. Hunt in the shotgun, takes the snap, rolls out to his left, goes back, and it is, intended for Marshall West. Just goes through the hands of the sophomore wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Tip of the cap to this Lehi defense. As good as Jackson Hunt is, even he is susceptible to the elements of pressure and disruption. Again, Sterling Fillmore, who I don't know why he's listed as a tight end on the roster. He has been outstanding tonight. Tautai Meredith, the outstanding defensive lineman, highly touted recruit, putting the pressure on that time, and it has forced a much, much needed stop. This Lehi defense has been up to the task tonight.
Sentinels will have to punt it away here on 4th and long. That ball booted up, and away by Sam Foster, and it will be spotted inside the 15, and that's where the Pioneers will set up shop. 2-minute drill coming up here for the Lehi Pioneers. They've got to get something going here in the dying moments of the second quarter.
It feels like the third time in a row we've said that, right? But we've seen elements building towards something. They've started to move the ball, found some things that have worked. Again, I think Briggs Jensen has some experience. You know they've practiced 2-minute drill. Now it's time to just set everything aside and go out and perform.
Briggs, Jensen, and this offense back out onto the field. They'll set up shop at the 13-yard line. They'll need to drive the length of the field to get something going. Jensen lined up in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, gets it out over the top. Butterfield can't corral it in. What a play defensively from the Mountain Ridge Sentinels.
And here's some groans from the Lehi sideline. They thought that might have been pass interference, but Blake Benson swatting that like Dikembe Mutombo in coverage. And he is fired up afterwards, rightfully so. Hard for us to get a clear view of how much contact there is from all the way up here on the far side in the booth. But what I did see was a great deflection, and that'll get you a PBU in the stat sheet.
Big play by the senior cornerback. Now brings up second down for Lehi. This time they run up over to the right side, and it'll be stopped. Again, how about Blake there being there to disrupt?
A nice little 4-yard gain. You see there. Looks like we're going to get a timeout here by Mountain Ridge. So they want to try and conserve some clock here to get another score. Not surprising. Nick Robbins coaches aggressively. Their offense is aggressive, as you've seen tonight. And so if you're Lehi, that's just a little bit of an extra nudge. Try and pick up this first down. 3rd and 6, plenty of opportunity. I guess they're giving them 3rd and 5 on the scoreboard, which makes for our third and brown bear of the game.
Third and brown bear.
But realistically, as an offensive coordinator, that's right where you want to be if you're on 3rd down. You want a 3rd 5, anything less than that, that's a good spot to be in. Gives you a lot of options on your call sheet. And realistically, in the huddle right here, it's not so much about the play you're calling, it's you're drilling into your guys. Execute. Whatever's happened in the past, forget about it. Get our job done this play. Go out, have confidence, believe in yourselves. Let's pick up this first down. Let's get ready to roll.
2:02 left. 3rd and 5, ball on the 18-yard line for the Pioneers. Empty backfield. Jensen over the middle, caught by Cam Wren. Wren gets the first down. Wren still on his feet and finally wrestled down by the Sentinels defense. Massive first down coming up here for Lehi.
Yeah, Lehi up and ready to go. Great catch there by Cam Wren. That's who you need to look for on 3rd downs as your go-to wide receiver. Now, can you continue the momentum?
Jensen takes a snap, drops back, pressure coming. over the middle. This time falls incomplete. Intended for Clements.
Not the worst thing there is Clements was in the middle of the field defended by Scooby Tulau, but that goes incomplete. And what it does more than anything is it stops the clock. I don't think a 5-yard pickup is make or break at this point in time. Briggs Jensen feeling that pressure. His offensive line doing a better job of forcing guys to the outside, allowing him to step up in the pocket, and he'll start to get more and more comfortable with that throughout the game. But now you've got to start looking downfield to try and move this ball.
Second and 10. Receiver goes in motion. Jensen drops back. Briggs Jensen gets it over the middle to Verbecki. Sam Verbecki, the running back, gets the first down for the Lehi Pioneers.
First down, clock stops, get up on there, and see if they decide to clock it here. It looks like they've got a play ready to go.
Jensen gets it out quick to Butterfield. Butterfield is going nowhere. Kyson Butterfield denied the chance to get out of bounds. The clock does not stop. Lehi will have to use a timeout.
Boy, that's a tough one right there. I was waving. Kyson Butterfield, get out of bounds, get out of bounds. He tries to cut back inside, and that Mountain Ridge defense, that secondary pursues so well downhill. Snuffed it out immediately, but I'll tell you what, I want to go back to that conversion from Briggs Jensen because it's exactly what I talked about. He feels that pressure, slides up, hits his guy in stride. It's a first down. Again, hard part about this, you spotted your opponent in a 3-touchdown lead. Like, there's no going back on that. But I'm telling you, as you go into the locker room at halftime, if you're Coach Hadfield and his staff, that's what you're emphasizing. Hey, we're growing, we're developing. Our defense can stop these guys. It feels like 21-0 is so much bigger than it really is. It's just 3 plays.
And ready now to resume action with 1:11 left to go in the second quarter. Lehi with a 2nd and 10. Deep goes Briggs Jensen, trying to find Butterfield. Also there on the play was Chase Helm, but can't get under it. Almost picked off.
It was a nice job by Helm to try and be a ball hawk, just not able to reel it in. And it comes almost from, I believe, the other side of the field is the deep safety on that one. And not sure what the disconnect was with the route and Butterfield and Jensen, but that Butterfield really had to bend that one inside to try and go after it. Not uncommon, especially in these kinds of situations where you're still repping through and getting that rhythm, especially at this age.
Third down here for the home side Pioneers. Jensen again looking to go deep towards Clement. It's broken up and it falls incomplete. The Sentinels denying the opportunity. Tristan Washington there to make the play.
Yeah, another PBU by Washington. A lot of contact on that one, and Clemens trying to get positioning there, and Washington not allowing him to do so. Knocks that pass down, and that'll be a punt situation here for this Lehi offense. And I don't think all the good momentum is wiped away, but it's definitely not how you wanted that drive to end. Whew. A lot of heat on that,
Brecken Avina punts it away. Klassen trying to break away. Klassen finally called down. And this will bring up an opportunity here with 47 seconds for Jackson Hunt and this offense to make their way back out onto the field before halftime.
A nice job by the coverage team. I thought that might have been Case Kelly that originally had the tackle and had to get it back up. But again, we've seen Jordan Klassen turn you-know-what into chicken salad, and nothing doing on that one. Give your defense enough time to get a stop here, or maybe even a turnover, and it could totally flip the last 47 seconds of this game.
Jackson Hunt on first down, and it is intercepted! Interception for the Lehi defense! Colt Kelly coming up and making the INT!
Well, as an announcer, you'd rather be lucky than good, but I tell you what, Colt Kelly, he is both in the right place at the right time, makes the right play, puts Lehi in position to get one score before halftime. What a monster momentum turner for this Pioneers squad. 40 seconds to try and get on the board.
Jensen in this offense now back out onto the field following the interception. 1st and 10. Jensen takes the snap. Jensen going over the top, and it is intended for Butterfield but falls incomplete.
Lehi really testing that secondary. Blake Benson there in coverage, and that one goes incomplete. Mountain Ridge has done a good job of blanketing those wide receivers, but you can see what Lehi wants to do. They feel like they have an advantage with Butterfield in the speed. Just waiting on one of those to connect.
2nd down. Coming up now for the Lehi Pioneers. Ball on the 45. Still 34 seconds left here in the second. Lehi trying to respond. 21 straight unanswered for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. Verbrecki goes in motion. Scooby calling out the offensive line. It is a false start. No, timeout taken.
Yeah, I think that was going to be a delay of game, and Lehi able to take the timeout there. That was what Tulau was pointing at. Just so happens the offensive line in the same direction as the play clock. Tell you what, it's hard to be an offensive lineman. Get no love. Everybody pointing at you all the time. You're just out there wanting to hug everybody.
Another timeout taken on the field. We'll take this opportunity again to continue to thank our amazing sponsors. Les Schwab, over 73 years ago, we set the standard for tire service. Today, we continue to go out of our way to keep you on your way. We are local experts who can give you useful advice for the roads you drive. Les Schwab, proud sponsor of Lehi football. Also brought to you by Palmer's Metal Mart. Metal Mart specializes in many steel, aluminum, and stainless items that are perfect for your next steel project, from metal roofing for your homes, cabins, barns, sheds, and tube, pipe, steel shapes, corral panels, and more. That ball out, and flags coming out. It looks like it's going to be a late hit to the quarterback in Briggs Jensen.
You can see that Lehi offensive line up and chattering a little bit. This is going to be roughing the passer against Mountain Ridge again. This is a very aggressive defense. They get after you. They play to the echo of the whistle, and that definitely gets under a lot of people's skin. It's part of their job as a defense. It's part of the reason why I hate defenses, because they're really good at it. On that play, it comes back to bite them. Lehi's going to get the first down here with 27.3 to play.
Another 15 yards down to the 27-yard line.
But really what this does is it puts them into scoring position here. Whether they're able to get out with a touchdown or a field goal, that's up to the Pioneers.
Jensen heading back to the huddle. Ball on the 27-yard line with 27 seconds left. It's 21-0. Sentinels. Lehi trying to respond. Jensen sends Verbrecki in motion. Takes the snap, drops back. It's over the middle. It's caught. It's complete, and Cameron comes up with the big play.
Great catch by Wren. He's able to get down, get the first down. Clock stops. They're up, ready to run a play.
Jensen again takes the snap, and it falls incomplete, intended for Clements.
Yeah, Clements the first read on that, but I think it was actually his second read that he had single coverage on over the top, and that's part of the downside of being in a hurry, right? Is your clock is ticking, your internal clock, and so you think you just got to go to try and save that time, and Jensen had been able to take an extra beat. I think he might have found green grass and more. Looks like we've got an official's timeout here.
16 seconds left. It looks like we're looking at at the clocks here at Lehi High School.
Clock stops on an incomplete pass. So just resetting that clock to 14.3, 2 seconds off. Good news, Briggs Jensen gets plenty of time to get the call in from the sideline, and it gives you about 2 plays here, give or take, to try and get a touchdown.
2nd and 10 for the home side Pioneers. Jensen takes the snap. Screen to Verbecki. Verbecki trying to barrel his way through. He's pushed out of bounds. The clock will stay going with 7, with 6, with 5, with 4, with 3, with 2. Jensen clocks it down, and with
there's 0 seconds on the clock. I wonder if the officials will give them some time.
1 second. Whew. Jensen, how about that? Lehi trying to hurry up and clock it down. They get it with a second left. Field goal unit now making their way onto the field as Lehi will look to put some points on the board prior to the end of the first half. Coming out for the field goal is Finn McBride, the senior kicker for Lehi. There's the snap. The kick is up. The kick is no good. It's wide right for Finn McBride, and that'll take us to the end of the first half. Mountain Ridge leads it 21-0 over the Lehi Pioneers.
Wild finish to what has been an entertaining first half, and you see the Lehi Pioneers not able to get the field goal to go through on that one. They'll head back to the locker room, though, with some momentum on their side, and you have to believe, this Pioneer squad will come out fired up for the second half.
Skin Science Institute offers the best aesthetic instruction and services in Salt Lake City. Whether you're a student looking for a new career path or a client looking for affordable services, we have it all. We are dedicated to providing our clients the ambiance, relaxation, products, and professionalism of a high-end spa without the high-end prices. Also, Lehi football here on the Rewind Sports Network brought to you by Smile Ranch Orthodontics. From adult to early orthodontics, trust Smile Ranch to give you and your child a healthy and beautiful smile. You can trust our exceptional orthodontic team to be your smile's greatest advocates and partners in achieving the results you desire. Smile Ranch Orthodontics is your path to a perfect smile. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Don't go anywhere. Second half action on the other side when we return.
Let's give it up.
Are we there yet?
I know.
Yes, you did.
Nice.
We got this blue truck.
Can you wear this?
Continue on I-84 East for 250 miles.
On the car, everything is looking great. Tires, brakes, and everything check out fantastic. Perfect.
Howdy, partner.
Whoa!
More popcorn?
Thanks so much.
Come on over here, get closer. Let me show you these trailers we got. Big dump, small dump, get the gooseneck. Loaded up with an ATV trailer. Flatbed, aluminum. Tilt trailers. Come check out these trailers.
We're back, baby.
Yeah, we are. My Jiffy Lube sticker told me when to come back.
Oh.
Great. Fast and easy oil change, and then let's go get some grub.
Oh, yeah, because you can't grub without a reliable car.
Well, you could eat at home, too.
People do that?
Yeah, all the time. People make food in their homes, and it doesn't involve a car at all.
I'm not
Okay.
falling for this.
Okay.
I was born tonight, but not last night, Pete.
A fast, easy oil change with your best car bud? Jiffy does it. Jiffy Lube.
Where life grows, home begins. Bank of Utah.
It's in the thrill of starting strong, making gains. It's the real connections in between. It's in the satisfaction of being on the move. That brilliant feeling of getting somewhere.
Hi, I'm Mila. This is my story. I learn anywhere with Utah Online School. I live in Utah, and sometimes I live in Washington, D.C. I go to museums, monuments, and learn history. They are my classroom.
Utah Online School surrounds students with a team that helps them strive, grow, and compete at their highest level.
I can learn anywhere.
Utah Online School, built for focus, powered by support. Visit utahonline.org today.
Everyone knows that having a good credit history makes it easier to save money and get approved for the things in life you need, like credit cards, auto loans, home loans, and a lot more. But here's the problem. Building your credit history takes time. That's why UCCU created Credit Builder, an innovative loan program designed to help you build your credit history and raise your credit score. Visit uccu.com to start building or rebuilding your credit today. UCCU. Love where you bank.
For the past 30 years, Lee's Roundup has been your trusted stop for fuel, propane, car washes, deli favorites, and more. Locally owned and operated with locations in American Fork and Lehi, Lee's Roundup continues to be built on hometown values and is proud to serve the Lehi community and to support the Pioneer football team. As we celebrate our 30 years in Lehi, we thank you for your support and for helping keep the spirit of the West alive.
Your whole life, you woke up before the sun, worked hard, so your family could have the things they want. Everything was going great, until one night when you were hit by a drunk driver. Now you're out of work, bills are piling up, and you're worried about your family. As Utah's original personal injury law firm, our team at Robert J. DeBry will get you the settlement you deserve. Not sure you have a case? Dial the number with all the 8s.
To dare mighty things means to embrace challenges. It means to welcome a high-energy culture that prioritizes belonging. To dare mighty things means drawing inspiration from experienced faculty and alums who encourage you to think big. It means to be a part of time-honored traditions while also forging new ones. To dare mighty things means celebrating your achievements with pride and joy, knowing you can make a difference by daring to be great. Join us at the Huntsman School of Business, where we dare mighty things. That's the Huntsman difference.
Strong Volkswagen is setting you free. Free from high payments and high interest rates. It's our Freedom to Drive sale. Lease a new 2026 Volkswagen Jetta S from $199 a month. Get rates as low as 1.9% APR. Or save up to $5,000 on select new VW models. Plus, oil changes are only $59.95. And every vehicle is backed with our no-charge lifetime warranty. Only at Strong Volkswagen. Break free from high prices during our Freedom to Drive sale. Visit strongvw.com.
When you're the oldest personal injury firm in Utah, you get to know a few faces.
So tell me what happened.
You just came in and sideswiped me, bro.
I got hit by a drunk driver.
And it hurts worse than that time that I was dropped. Tailgate. Who would have thought?
I guess you can say we've seen everything. And I mean everything.
Juliet would never use these.
Our team at Robert J. DeBry has the experience needed to get you the compensation you deserve. Not sure you have a case? Dial the number with all the 8s.
Some people are born to solve problems, to lead the charge, to build better solutions, to be the driving force behind advanced technologies, to strengthen digital defenses. They're the experts our future needs. Find your brilliance at Weber State.
If you're ready to turn your passion for beauty into a career, choose the school setting the standard. At Skin Science Institute, you'll learn in a beautiful, state-of-the-art facility with more advanced treatment training than any other aesthetic school in Utah. Our industry-leading curriculum provides advanced, hands-on training with real clients using the latest technology in a clinical learning environment. Parents can feel confident in a nationally accredited program committed to student success. Skin Science Institute, where your future begins.
You never know how life's best adventures might begin. Our closest friends can often come by surprise. Our favorite memories are shaped by the experiences we share. Our brightest moments happen when someone believes in us. See yourself in a brilliant future at Weber State.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Hi, I'm Chase, and this is my story.
Chase travels the country playing competitive hockey.
I can learn here. Here. I can even learn here.
Train anywhere, from the ice to the books. Utah Online School surrounds students with a team that helps them strive, grow, and compete at their highest level.
I can learn anywhere.
Built for focus, powered by support. One team, one shared goal. Visit utahonline.org today.
Download the Central Bank app today and save with Spare Change. Use your debit card anytime you make a purchase. Spare Change automatically rounds up to the nearest dollar and puts the extra change in your savings account. Shop, swipe, save. That's Spare Change from Central Bank.
It's a busy morning in your house, but for you, it's just another day. You're the one who makes it all happen. The school runs, the practices, and don't forget the recitals. But one day, everything changed when a sudden accident left you injured with your vehicle wrecked. As Utah's original personal injury law firm, our team at Robert J. DeBry has the experience to get you the compensation you deserve. Not sure you have a case? Dial the number with all the 8s.
Why did I choose Huntsman? To get real experience, real support, and a career focus from day one. Instead of regular classes on Fridays, we dive into workshops, build our network, and grow together. At the Huntsman School, we forge lifelong friendships, support each other through challenges, and celebrate our wins. Here, students graduate with experience and jobs waiting. We dare mighty things together. That's the Huntsman difference. Learn more at huntsman.usu.edu.
For those who run on grit, who are driven by more, who need a trailer that can keep up, make moves with Trailer Boss. Unrivaled selection, unparalleled service. No comparison. Trailer Boss. Make boss moves.
Every great team needs a strong defense. Your home is no different. Since 1998, Ace Gutter has helped protect homes across Lehi and northern Utah with expert gutter installation and trusted local service. Good luck, Pioneers. Ace Gutter, Utah's #1 choice for home exteriors.
Resume now.
And I want to welcome you back into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. As always, presented by Tab Bank. Lehi and Mountain Ridge going head-to-head. A massive 6A matchup here in Week 2 of the Utah High School football season. It is the Sentinels who lead it 21-0 as we get ready to resume action at Lehi. Lehi football here on the Rewind Sports Network, also presented by Stacy Rogers Real Estate. Success starts with the right game plan on the field and in real estate. Coldwell Banker Realty provides expert guidance, strong negotiation, and personalized service to help you achieve your real estate goals. Proud supporter of Lehi football. Also want to send a big thank you to the Smoked Taco. Starting from our roots as a taco truck in Salt Lake City, Utah, and smoking meats professionally for over 15 years, the Smoked Taco decided to create something special by using premium smoked meats for tacos. The result is the best tacos you'll ever eat, available in restaurant, taco delivery, taco catering, or however you want it. Every great team needs a strong defense. Your home is no different. Since 1998, Ace Gutter has helped protect homes across Lehi and northern Utah with expert gutter installations and trusted local service. Good luck, Pioneers. Ace Gutter, Utah's #1 choice for home exteriors. And a big thank you to Central Bank. Central Bank is proud to support Lehi football and the entire Lehi community, serving Utah County communities for over 135 years and voted best bank in Utah Valley. Central Bank is strong, local, secure. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Both teams back out onto the field now as we get ready to resume action. Third quarter about to get underway. Sentinels lead it 21-0. It was 3 straight drives of scoring for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. 21 straight unanswered points. Bradley Foster scored the rushing touchdown to make it 7-0 for Mountain Ridge. Titan DeYoung scored a touchdown in the second quarter to extend that lead. And then Xander Thayer added the third. And that is where we stand as we get ready to resume action here at Lehi High School. Skin Science kickoff coming up here for the Sentinels in the white. They'll kick it away. The Lehi Pioneers in the black. They'll field it here with Cam Wren. Wren looking to make a play. Over to the near side, Cam Wren still on his feet, and that is where the Pioneers will set up shop for their first drive of the second half.
Yeah, after an up and down first half, Pioneers finally found some rhythm there with that final drive. Got it off the turnover, not able to complete the field goal, but they'll get the ball back here, and now different ball game, right? You just want to come out and keep up with that momentum, get something established, try and get a score.
First down here for the Pioneers. Briggs Jensen will take the snap, gets it out quick. It's caught, and he'll be brought down after maybe 2 on the gain over on that far sideline.
Briggs Jensen's pass completed to number 0, Cam Bryce.
Cam
Good
Bryce.
job by finding Cam Bryce there in the pattern. They had that swing pass earlier in the first half that they weren't able to connect on, and Bryce able to pick up a couple yards, keep the offense on schedule.
Second down coming up. Jensen, handoff up the middle, this time to Verbecki. And Sam Verbecki going nowhere, brought down maybe a yard on the gain on second down. It brings up third here for Lehi.
Right into the teeth of that Mountain Ridge defense, and no movement, nothing there. He had number 50, Gavin Roberts, number 54, Boston Kojima, stuffing up the middle there for the Sentinels. And this defense, I tell you what, that group up front, not the biggest, not the beefiest, but they are tenacious and aggressive.
3rd and 6 coming up here for Lehi. They need 24 for the first down. Jensen will take the snap. Pass over the middle. It falls incomplete. And who else? Scooby's there to break it up.
Yeah, Tulao had the read on Cam Bryce early on that one. That one falls to the turf. And now 3rd and 6 turns into 4th and 6 for the Pioneers.
Leaving the Pioneers with the 4th and 6 at the 24-yard line.
And I think a little carryover from the first half, Alex, where what could have been starts to be the story here in the second half.
3 and out to start things off here in the second half of the Lehi Pioneers, down by 21. Brecken rolls out to his right, boots this one up, and away. Klassen lets it bounce. Still going back. And they're at the 15-yard line. That's where they'll spot it, and that's where they'll set up shop. Here comes Jackson Hunt and the Sentinels offense back out onto the field.
That was a monster punt. What, from the 124, from the 24-yard line all the way to the 15 of Mountain Ridge. What a phenomenal job of flipping the field. And every time I see it, Lehi feels like they might have something else in the bag, something to watch with that rugby-style kick. But realistically, it's an opportunity for this defense to come out and get another stop, make another big play.
Jackson Hunt takes a snap, handoff to Foster, and Foster's going nowhere. Meets the defensive wall of the Pioneers, and he's brought down for a loss.
Sterling Fillmore, we've called his name a lot this game. He led the charge. There were a lot of black jerseys in that backfield. Loss of 2. Maybe 1.5.
Hunt again drops back, pressure coming, gets it out quick. It's caught by Foster. Foster makes one miss. Foster trying to make a second miss, trying to barrel through. We'll see where it's spotted, and it is a first down Sentinels.
A great job by Foster there to secure the catch and then pick up some yak to pick up the first down, and just keeps those legs moving once he feels that contact and falls forward. That's a big pickup for that Mountain Ridge offense.
Another method, heating and cooling. First down for Mountain Ridge. 1st and 10 coming up here for Jackson Hunt and the Sentinels. Hunt will take the snap, drops back, tries to get it over the top, and it is deflected, and it falls incomplete.
That was tight coverage there out on Titan to Young. I believe that was Unga with the deflection. PBU for him. He has done a good job staying stride for stride with the Young on those deep balls, and that's a massive task. Titan the Young, fast, big, get up. Unga has been up to the challenge.
Second down now coming up here for the visiting Sentinels. 9:33 left to go in the third. Hunt will take the snap, hand off to Foster. Bradley Foster has some blockers, and Foster will be brought down. About a 3-yard gain for Bradley on second down.
Yeah, credit to Foster for doing the hard work there of just keeping his legs moving, picks up an extra yard. It's Mountain Ridge into a little bit better situation, but that Lehigh defense is collapsing quick on the run game.
3rd and 7 coming up here for Mountain Ridge. Ball on the 28. Hunt takes the snap, drops back over the middle, and it falls incomplete. Oh, so close. As Porter Hobbs was there, couldn't corral it under for the INT, and it brings up 4th down.
I believe it was Zeke Chianini with the pressure on that one. Forced Hunt off the platform, and that's exactly what this Lehi Pioneer defense wanted to do. Get it stopped, get the ball back. Now Lehi with a little life, little momentum.
And on the punt for Mountain Ridge is number 39, Sam Foster. Back to receive for the Pioneers, number
9:04 left here on 4th down. The Sentinels will have to punt this one away. Sam Foster out to boot it up. And a fair catch called by the Pioneers. And so with 8:57, that's where Briggs Jensen and this offense will set up shop.
Well, it was a nice job by Brecken Avina to field that punt. It was a short kick, and he had to get on his horse, as Pioneers often do. Able to secure it and put this Lehi offense at midfield. Great field position. Now they have an opportunity to try and go get 6.
Whether you're celebrating a big win or sending a little love, make the moment bloom with Flowers on Main. From beautiful bouquets to thoughtful arrangements, we're here to help you celebrate every occasion. Visit us today at flowersonmain.com or call in 801-766-2000. Lehigh back out on the field here on 1st down. We'll get 3 with Sam Verbecki.
And just an easy inside handoff, and they get 3 yards in the run game. And I think for Lehigh, that's a very positive sign. Didn't have a lot going in the run game early on in the first half. Already starting out with a 3-yard gain allows you to keep that option in the holster.
2nd and 7, ball on the 47. Jensen line up in the shotgun, back handoff to Verbecki, and Verbecki going nowhere. Another big play made by the Sentinels.
But Kyler Christiansen came downhill again fast on that one. But it was Ryder Whitaker who shot the gap and made the tackle. You talk about the speed of this defense. They flow to gaps quickly. Where they may lack size, they get there fast.
3rd and 7 here now for the Pioneers. Trying to avoid going 3 and out. Went 3 and out on their first drive. Need 7 on 3rd. Shotgun snap taken by Jensen. It's caught over the middle. Cameron. 1st down, Pioneers.
They've got something going with Cameron. Going over the middle. He reaches out, snags that out of the air, secures the catch, and gets the 1st down.
Jensen, again, will take, lined up in the shotgun. Looking out over here to the near sideline now, getting the play call with 20 on the play clock. 2 receivers line up to the far side for Briggs Jensen. Takes the snap, gets it out quick, looking to go back towards Cameron, but Cole Uluave breaks it up.
And Cole Uluave coming in with a full head of steam, dislodges the potential ball carrier from the ball. That was a nasty play from Uluave. Not getting a ton of attention from next level teams, which is really surprising to me because he is outstanding.
Now a senior, 10 tackles in the last game for Cole Uluave. 2nd down, and a false start coming up here. So the Pioneers got the 1st down. And now on 2nd down, having to go backwards with a false start.
And this is what happened in the first half. It was the self-inflicted miscues that caused them to move backwards more than they're going forwards. And so, again, next play mentality. You've got to wipe that stuff clean and keep playing forward because they are creating some opportunities here offensively.
Ball on the 45 here for the Pioneers. Jensen will take the snap. Trying to get it out to towards Ren. Uluave there. Uluave is going to be called for the flag.
Again, one of the casualties of aggressive play is that things like that can happen. It's going to be pass interference against the defense. Not an automatic first down at this level, but for a 15-yard penalty will be enough to get the first down. And that's exactly what this Lehi offense needed, was to keep moving those sticks, keep this drive alive. I think part of what they ran into there in the first half was their defense was just out on the field so much.
Big penalty flag at the end of the second quarter set them up inside the red zone. Now here we have another similar situation as Jensen looks to go over the top, intended for Red, and another flag coming out this time as Jensen's down on the turf.
Yeah, that one late and in the direction of roughing the passer. We'll wait for the call officially, but not sure where the miscommunication was. Mountain Ridge brings the pressure, just you got to pull up.
It was a roughing the passer that ended there to end the second quarter. Now here's another one, and the Sentinels, it looked like they had a good opportunity to try to get off the field, but back-to-back penalties, big penalties nonetheless, now has Lehi inside the red zone.
Yeah, there's a fine line between aggression and overexertion, and back-to-back plays now without Mountain Ridge defenses cost them dearly. That's 30 easy yards for Lehi, and now they're inside the red zone at the 15-yard line. This is the best drive that they've put together, I think, all game.
7 minutes left to go in the third. Lehi trying to respond. Jensen takes the snap. Jensen gets it to Verbecki. Verbecki has some space. Sam Verbecki will be stopped short of the end zone, but how about that from the running back, Sam Verbecki?
The halfback screen has been good to Lehi all game long. Gets them the first down, puts them in right at the goal line. Thought Verbecki may have gotten in on that one. The official says no such luck. Now the Pioneers have an opportunity to punch this one in, and it looks like they're bringing in their heavy package.
Ball on the 1 yard line for the Lehi Pioneers trying to respond. They need a touchdown here. 6:35 left to go in the third quarter and counting down. Jensen lined up in the shotgun. Handoff in the backfield. Finds the edge into the end zone. Touchdown, Pioneers!
Cam Bryce, no questions asked, rumbles into the end zone untouched. Gets the first touchdown of the night for the Lehi Pioneers, and they're right back in the thick of this one. Some outstanding effort offensively. A reminder.
So it is a holding penalty. I didn't see the flag, Brian.
I didn't either. I didn't see the hold either. But a reminder of love and positivity. The officials have a job to do. They're out there to do it.
Oh, that is gutting for the Lehi Pioneers. You're on the 1 yard line. You punch it in. Now you have to go from the 11 after the holding will bring it back.
Yeah, and I think if you go back and watch the film, that's probably a needless hold on that one. You're on the goal line. You've got plenty of opportunity just to get a yard.
Jensen takes the snap. Jensen rolls out to his right. Jensen towards the end zone. Cameron ran there, makes the play, but another flag.
I'm not sure what this one.
That pass was completed. However, we do have another penalty flag on the field.
I think I might agree with production assistant Jake Hatcher that this is going to be an illegal man downfield. Again. Those who watch the broadcast often know that I take a stand against that penalty. It's discriminatory. I know the Lehi fans agree with me. If we stay united on this front someday, we may get change, but the reality is that penalty does push it back to the 16-yard line for the Pioneers. Now, I think the positive is that they've shown the ability to respond to these penalties. They were able to get a completion down near the goal line off the last one, and so trust Briggs Jensen and his crew. Try and do the same here.
First and goal from the 16-yard line. Jensen again takes the snap, gets it out quick. Butterfield with the catch as he's pushed out of bounds. And the home fans here at Lehi High School, first, obviously the plays go back, and now they want a flag for that play over there on the far sideline with Butterfield.
Yeah, looking for the unnecessary roughness, late hit out of bounds, and I kind of get it. You just had 2 plays go against you. Let's get one in our favor for once, right? But nevertheless, Butterfield able to secure the catch, gets a couple yards, keeps you in the game. You've got so many options on the table. You're actually in a really good spot.
Jensen, handoff to Bryce. Bryce trying to bounce out to his right, to his left, but going nowhere.
And get I thought he had a little bit more on that one, but officials spotting that at the 12. It was a nice job by Cam Bryce to get outside, but Scooby Tulau close on him quickly. Now, 3rd and 12, you really got to get something going here, and I would look for some kind of rollout here to the wide side of the field or some kind of action where you're trying to go diagonally across it and stretch that defense as much as you can.
Empty backfields coming up here for QB1 of the Pioneers. Jensen will take the snap. Gets it out, looking for Butterfield. It falls incomplete. And with 4:59 left to go in the third, it's 4th down.
Well, that was an outstanding defensive play there by Mountain Ridge. You got a clear route going over the top, and so you're trying to sneak Butterfield underneath, get a good matchup there, and just a great job there defensively by Ryder Whitaker, and we've called his name quite a bit tonight. Blankets Butterfield, and that one falls incomplete. Looks like Lehi's going to go for this.
The offense does stay out on the field. Bryce running in to join the backfield, but there was 3 seconds left on the play clock, so Lehi does have to burn a timeout.
Yeah, that's a doomed situation because you can't have Bryce come off the field and then run back in like that. It's an illegal substitution, so that would have been penalized in addition to the ticking play clock. And listen, the internet was designed for moments like this, right? People can debate whether or not you should go for it here. I kind of like the call by Coach Hatfield. You want to get something going. Your guys have worked really hard to get to this point. Coming away with a field goal, especially when you didn't get one in the first half, I understand the thought process, but take the timeout, get everything settled in, figure out exactly what you want your call to be here, make sure everybody's on the same page so that they can execute. It makes a lot of sense.
Jersey Mike Sub is proud to support the Lehi Pioneers. Come on by Jersey Mike Sub and try the number 13 original Italian, provolone cheese, and 5 different meats, all sliced fresh on the spot. Or get a hot Philly cheesesteak grilled fresh right in front of you. Experience the sub above difference at Jersey Mike's. Also want to give a quick shout out to Jiffy Lube. Need a fast, easy oil change? Jiffy does it. But there is more to a Jiffy Lube oil change than just oil. Like free fluid top-ups, preventive maintenance checks, and more with no appointment needed. Jiffy Lube does it all. Here we go. 4th down coming up for the Lehi Pioneers. Jensen will take the snap. Jensen rolls out to his right. Pressure coming, and he's going to be sacked. Briggs Jensen couldn't escape the pressure. A sack for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. It looked like Ryder Whitaker was the first one there.
Whitaker there along with Caden Nicolosi, and just what so much potential ends in heartbreak there for this Lehi Pioneer offense. And again, you like the thought process to go for it there, but just it's been little missed assignments across the board that have kind of put the Pioneers behind on the scoreboard and in this game.
Here comes Jackson Hunt and the Sentinels offense, their second drive of the second half. As they look to extend this lead, Hunt will take the snap, drops back, gets it to Thayer, who makes the catch and is wrestled down just before the 40.
Big initial contact put on there by Raiden Tripp. They are able to hang on to it and get a couple extra yards. That's a big completion. This Mountain Ridge offense knows exactly what to do after the big defensive stop.
Hunt again drops back. Jackson Hunt over the top, back to Thayer. Thayer makes the catch, and Thayer will take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Mountain Ridge.
7 is speed. Thayer leaves everyone in the dust as he scampers into the end zone for the quick Mountain Ridge score. Sentinels go up 27-0 pending the PAT.
Thayer, 1 reception, 82 yards and a touchdown last week. Now adds a touchdown this week as Xander Thayer extends the lead for the visiting side. The kick is blocked. The kick is blocked. It's no good. And with 4:31 left, the Sentinels lead it 27-0.
You can see why Xander Thayer getting so much playing time as a young player. He is electric. Jackson Hunt hits him perfectly in stride. They get 6. I guess you can live with the block extra point for now. Those are the kind of plays that really do give coaches gray hair and bald heads and everything else. You make a great play like that and then allow the extra point to get blocked. But for the Pioneers, I think that's a good sign that you're still bought into this game, even though you just gave up the big play.
It's another TJ Olson Insurance touchdown for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. And also a big thank you to Method Heating and Cooling, proud sponsor of Mountain Ridge football here on the Rewind Sports Network. Method Air Heating and Cooling is Harriman's hometown heating and cooling company with an owner that resides right here in Harriman and 20-plus years serving our community. Method prides itself on investing into the communities they are a part of. When we visit your home, we care for it as if it were our own. Go Sentinels! .4:30 left to go here in the third quarter. This ball booted up and away. Be fielded here by Wren for a return. Cam Wren making his way over to the right. Flag comes out, flying over on the far side. Wren will go out of bounds. And we'll see what the flag is.
Back behind the play, it looks like it's going to be a hold or block in the back. Something that's going to bring it back, which is an absolute shame because Cam Wren had open field and only 1 or 2 guys to beat. Just a needless. You get it. Guys are trying to make plays, trying to put in the extra effort there. Didn't need to happen, and so now that'll back Lehi up when they had a great game.
Penalties here becoming a big topic in this second half, Brian. I thought in the first half both teams were playing for the most part, did their best to avoid penalties. But so far, you have the drive over here from Lehi that ends up, going into the end zone for the touchdown. It's called back with a penalty. You have the 30 yards that the Sentinels gave up on penalties to set them up in that position to begin with. Penalties now becoming a topic here in this second half.
Yeah, we love to talk about discipline, but really it's focus, right? And these teams start to drift and lose focus. The energy's not the same as it was in the start of the game, and again, so you want to keep that focus and stay sharp. Now for Lehi, you're really backed up against it as you're going to start out on your own 11-yard line,
4:20 left to go here in the third. And that's a handoff up the middle. Sam Verbecki gets 2 yards on first down.
And Verbecki's done a good job of getting at least 2 or 3 yards every time he gets the handoff there up the middle, and they're just kind of chipping away there, and I kind of wonder if they don't need to maybe stick with that running game a little bit more here. You're down 4 scores, so you got to start going at some point.
Jensen drops back. Jensen tries to get it out quick to Verbecki. It does hit the turf. It will be incomplete.
They've had a lot of those swing passes. They just haven't been able to connect, and it's one of those plays that so much of it is rhythm and practice and reps. Still trying to figure that out. Again, replacing a lot of starters from last year's team. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver. Lehi still trying to figure this one out.
Third down coming up for the home side. Ball on the 14-yard line. They need 8 for the first down. Jensen on third down takes the snap. And it is almost intercepted. Through the hands of the Sentinels, defender hits the turf. It's incomplete. It brings up fourth down as Castillo was there trying to make the interception.
Yeah, he was just kind of in the right place at the right time as the ball found him. But Jensen had Zeke Clemens out there open. He's just a little late with the throw and tries to rifle it in there to make up to him, just a little behind him. So, again, Lehi will have to punt.
Brecken here boots this one up, and away. Klassen will field it. Klassen runs into his own blocker, and Bryce is there to make the tackle. And that's where Hunt and the offense will set up shop.
Yeah, Mountain Ridge is going to get good field position here, but probably could have had a little bit more. And if you're Coach Robbins, again, we talk about focus. Your team is starting to lose focus just a little bit, as tends to happen the bigger that lead gets. And see Scooby Tula limping as he goes off the field here. That's something we'll monitor. He has been an impact player defensively for Mountain Ridge.
Sentinels back out onto the field with 3:25 left to go in the third quarter. Jackson Hunt and his offense setting up shop at the 46-yard line. Hunt takes a snap. Hunt going deep. Hunt over the top. Thayer can't bring it in. Oh, so close from Xander Thayer.
Have I told you tonight that Xander Thayer is fast?
Electric. Very fast.
Boy, he can really strike at the heart of a defense there, just not able to bring them in. You can see that Mountain Ridge trying to go at the heart of this Lehi Pioneers team early on with the deep ball, but now gives this defense an opportunity to get a stop.
Hunt to Foster, this time on the handoff as Bradley Foster trying to barrel through, still on his feet. A massive scrum there at the logo L and finally brings him down.
What I love about that is the scrap to try and get a yard. Big term in football this year is competitive excellence. Saw quite a bit of that from number 58 again, Mason Tavita. Also Foster driving to pick up those extra yards.
Third down now for the visiting side. They need 7 for the first. Hunt takes a snap, drops back. Jackson Hunt steps up, rolls out to his left, keeps his feet, gets it out, it's caught. Klassen making the snag on the sideline. It's caught, and it's another method heating and cooling first down for Mountain Ridge.
Boy, I don't know how Jackson Hunt kept his feet. Sterling Fillmore was all over him again. Manages to throw it out there. Klassen manages to reel it in, and it's a first down for Mountain Ridge. Sometimes you snatch victory from the jaws of defeat.
That ball intended for Titan DeYoung as it hits the turf here on first down.
For Lehi, 2:23 left here in the third quarter. Start to feel that pressure to get a stop. You've done pretty well in this second half of limiting that Mountain Ridge attack. Can you dig deep for one more series?
Bradley Foster in the backfield here on second down. Hunt takes the snap. Hunt gets it out to the far side. Now connects with Titan DeYoung. DeYoung pushed out of bounds. And we'll see where the spot is. Should be short of the first down, but it'll bring up a third and brown bear.
Yep. Mountain Ridge, I don't have stats, but I feel like they've been pretty good here on 3rd and 5, almost all game long.
Third down, they need 5. Hunt takes the snap. Hunt gets it out to the far sideline. It's caught again. Pushed out of bounds. Tight in DeYoung.
Yeah, Lehi brings the pressure up the middle, and Jackson Hunt almost baits him with it. Finds DeYoung out there in the flat. Picks up the first down and more. The drive continues for the Sentinels.
That is another method heating and cooling first down for Mountain Ridge. Ball set up on the 26-yard line. Prior to, we'll have a stoppage with 2:08 left to go here in the third. Hunt drops back. Hunt over the middle, caught by Nielsen, and rumbles into the end zone. Touchdown, Sentinels!
The 26-yard Mountain Ridge touchdown.
Bennett Nielsen reels in the pass from Jackson Hunt and rambles and scrambles into the end zone for another Mountain Ridge touchdown. This offense is clicking on all 11 cylinders.
33-0 as they look to add the point after. It'll be Will O'Neill coming out, the junior kicker for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels.
Going to get the extra point, number 19, Will O'Neill.
Unsportsmanlike called against Nielsen, who just scored that touchdown.
Yeah, we saw one of those last night on Xavier Kachi as well, and I don't know, man. These young kids, let them celebrate.
The kick is up. The kick is good as the Sentinels extend this lead up 34-0 over the Lehi Pioneers. 2:02 left to go in the third quarter.
34-0. So that missed extra point not necessarily looming in the way that we maybe thought it was. Had they converted on that, it would now be a running clock, as it is UHSAA rules. Another interesting rule introduced this year is the 44-point lead. Call it a mercy rule. Not sure that everybody, we'll say this, conflicting opinions on that rule. Obviously designed to keep players safe, but when they end the game, as soon as it gets to 44 points, I think everybody leaves feeling it just didn't quite get everything that they wanted.
Lee's Roundup is your locally owned one-stop shop for everything you need, from gas and diesel to off-road and ethanol-free fuel, plus DEF and propane to keep you moving. Feeling hungry? Stop by our in-house deli for fresh, made-to-order food, and don't forget our car wash to keep your ride looking the best. For 30 years, we've been proud to serve the Lehi and American Fork communities. Another Skin Science kickoff here as this ball's booted away. And now Cam Wren will bring it in. Wren going over to the left side. Wren still on his feet. Wren trying to wrestle through. Finally pushed out of bounds and brought down. Cam Wren with a big return.
It kind of reminds me of that Britton Covey return in the Rose Bowl where avoids one tackle, avoids another, and Cam Wren gets it down the sideline and into Mountain Ridge territory. Just when we thought that things were starting to turn one direction, Lehi flips it right back, and on the 43-yard line, this is an opportunity where you could take a shot here right off the bat on first down.
First and 10 now as the Pioneers will set up shop inside Mountain Ridge territory. Ball on the 43. Bryce goes in motion. Jensen gets it out quick. It's caught. And he's pushed out of bounds. It looks like that was Ruelas with the catch.
Yeah, just an easy out route. Try and get the ball moving. And that's a good pickup here for this Lehi offense. Leaves them second and short.
They'll need 3 for the first down. Line up in the shotgun. It's Brick Jensen. He takes the snap. Handoff to Bryce. Bryce trying to barrel through for the first down. The ball is out. The ball is out. The Sentinels pick it up, but he was down. It will bring up third for Lehi.
I believe it was Darian Bramwell who came up and made the shoestring tackle on Cam Bryce. Otherwise, he may still be running. Bryce doing a nice job of navigating his blockers up front. Obviously, ground causing the fumble, so Lehi retains possession.
3rd and 1 coming up here for Lehi. A minute left in the third. Jensen, handoff to Bryce. Cam Bryce, still on his feet, and brought down at the 25.
Oh, that's a great run by Cam Bryce. Sees the lane open up, cuts up field, keeps the legs going, breaks a tackle or two, picks up the first down and more. Rocky Rafako finally able to drag him down. And I apologize, Rocky, if I pronounced your last name wrong. It's not the first time. Find me on social media, DM me, tell me how to say it right. I make a lot of mistakes on the broadcast. I'm used to it.
First down now for the Lehi Pioneers. That is Jensen. He gets it out quick. It's caught by Relas, and Vince Relas going nowhere. Brought down to the backfield. Uluave there for the loss.
Again, if we're starting campaigns, if it's election season, I'm electing Cole Uluave, a D1 level player. You can see it right there. He sniffs out the play immediately and then has the technical ability to make the tackle, bring the ball carrier down. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to be a great tackler. Cole Uluave shows it right there.
4s go up into the air as we head to the end of the fourth quarter coming up here on the Rewind Sports Network. It is the Mountain Ridge Sentinels who lead it 34-0. Don't go anywhere. Fourth quarter action on the other side when we return here on KSLSports.com.
Besides to exercise. Yes, this was the best angle.
Life can get a little messy.
No way. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Best day ever.
Some taps create chaos.
No.
Tap Spend gives you 1% cash back when you spend and 2.75% APY when you don't. Tap responsibly. Visit tapbank.com.
Home is so much more than a house. It's Friday Night Lights, it's watching your kids grow, and it's finding a community where you truly belong. I'm Stacey Rogers, and Lehi has become that home for my family. Helping others find theirs isn't just my career, it's something I genuinely love. If you're looking to buy or sell, I'd be honored to help you find the place to call home.
And we welcome you back into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. And the Sentinels again defensively coming up with a massive play to start off fourth quarter action. Another loss here for the Lehi offense.
That's kind of been the story of this game, is every time Lehi gets a little breath, every time they get a little momentum, that Mountain Ridge defense has risen to the challenge. And I think when we talk about state championships down the road, we're so a long ways away from it, but this Mountain Ridge defense is a huge chip on their shoulder. They want to ensure that they get to that state championship game. They're playing like a state championship level defense tonight.
Third down, Jensen over the middle. It's caught. Vince Relas with another catch. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. That's about it. Fourth down here for Lehi.
Yeah, 4th and 21, there's just not a lot of calls in the playbook. Again, Mountain Ridge, this defense is designed with speed and versatility in mind. So they have players that can play a variety of positions, and so allows them to really blanket the coverage out there. Lehi's going to go for it, though.
Fourth down coming up now for the Pioneers. Ball on the 35-yard line. They need 21 for the first down. Jensen gets it out quick. Relas again with a catch. Vince Relas makes one miss. Relas now going backwards. Still Relas on his feet, and now Vince Relas will be brought down. And it's a turnover on downs, and the Sentinels will get the ball back.
You love the effort from Relas on that one. He keeps fighting, avoids tackles, slippery as can be. At the end of the day, just not enough. That ball will go over on downs, and this Mountain Ridge offense with an opportunity to put the baby to bed, if you will.
A quick reminder that you can catch all of Lehi football this season here on the Rewind Sports Network, as well as Mountain Ridge football here on the Rewind Sports Network. We thank both of all the incredible sponsors who make it possible for Mountain Ridge football. Big thank you to Axion Civil Energy, Crosswing Group, Method Heating and Cooling, Pressman Auto, Renteria, RIP, Sanpete Steel, TJ Olson Insurance, and Copper Mountain Machine, all proud sponsors, and bring you Mountain Ridge football here on the Rewind Sports Network. Delay game as this offense will go back.
And delay game, penalty will back the Sentinels up to the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15.
1st and 15 coming up. Jackson Hunt leading his troops out. First drive for the Sentinels offense of this fourth quarter. Hunt will take the snap. Hunt going over the top. Jackson Hunt can't connect with Klassen as Klassen goes through his hands and it falls incomplete.
Now brings up a 2nd and 15.
Not a surprise. Mountain Ridge going for the big shot right off the bat. Again, if you can get to that 44-point marker, allows you to get out of here and get on the bus early, but what it does do is it stops the clock. Now, can Lehi's defense take advantage of that?
Handoff up the middle. Brought down. That was number 48 on the rush. Kyle Morris into the game, the sophomore for the Sentinels.
Tackled by Lehi's number 44, Sterling Fillmore.
Sterling Fillmore on the tackle. He has been outstanding tonight, just a sophomore according to the roster. And he's a name that I think we're going to call for a long time.
Hunt gets it out quick to the near side for McKay Renteria. McCray still on his feet, and now finally brought down. McCray Renteria, his first catch of the second half, and it's a big gain. That's another Method Heating and Cooling first down.
Well, I hope McCray is taking a dance class because his teacher will be proud of that pirouette as he's able to pick up even more yards. It's 4th down now. Lehi, opportunity to get a huge stop.
Fourth down coming up here. I said first down. I don't know. Saw the sticks and tried to do the math in my head. Didn't work out.
Yeah, math on the fly, always hard.
4th down coming up here for Mountain Ridge. Timeout taken on the field.
Mountain Ridge timeout.
See number 48, Kyle Morris, a sophomore, getting some time tonight. That's because Taniela Kinney who started out the season at running back, got hurt first season. So Bradley Foster stepping up as the RB1 this game, and he has been excellent. Much like most of this Mountain Ridge offense, they've been about as good as you can ask for. 2 turnovers. Usually you don't see a team have this big a lead with 2 turnovers, but that's kind of how this Mountain Ridge offense operates. They like to take chances. They're willing to live with the results. They trust and believe in their defense. Last year I said that Mountain Ridge defense, they just don't like you. Sometimes I wonder if they even like the Mountain Ridge offense.
8:53 left. Here comes a 4th down for Jackson Hunt and Mountain Ridge. Hunt will take the snap. Keeper, reverse, Klassen trying to find the edge. Klassen gets upfield. We'll see where the spot is. Where did he step out of bounds? It's a turnover on downs, and Lehi will get the balls back.
Effort plays make the difference, and a huge effort play to try and get Klassen to step out of bounds. He does, Turnover on downs. Lehi with the ball on the Mountain Ridge 45-yard line. Just a great job there by Tautai Meredith. When you think about that, him coming from the defensive line position, that kind of hustle. Love to see it.
First down coming up here for Lehi. Turnover on downs. Take this moment to thank the Lehi Roundup Rodeo, who's more than just a rodeo. It's a celebration of heritage, tradition, family, and community that brings small-town Lehi back to life. It holds generations of cherished memories and continues to create new ones, carrying a legacy that will be treasured and passed down for generations to come. Here on first down, Cam Wren will be brought down for a loss.
Tackled there by Easton Stubbs. As you're starting to see some of the extras there on the two deep getting time here for Mountain Ridge, really on both sides of the ball. And you still got your starters for the most part in on offense for Lehi, primarily because they still have yet to score in this game, which, I'm going to be honest, that's a bit surprising to me.
Jensen, shotgun, takes a snap, gets it out quick, trying to find Verbecki. A big collision there on the near side as Tristan Washington again there to break up the play, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, separate the ball carrier from the ball. Tristan Washington with a good, clean hit to the midsection, and we'll hope for the best in terms of the injured player.
Lehi coaching staff having a conversation with the officials. Verbecki, good to see him back up on his feet as he makes his way here to the near side.
As always, I'm sure some element of targeting in the conversation there, and I'm not even going to try to explain the rule on the broadcast. You couldn't pay me enough to try and tell you what targeting is anymore. I know the rule. I've read the rule. I've studied the rule. It is always anyone's guess as to whether or not something is targeting these days, and it doesn't seem like anybody really cares about that anymore. At least no one who can make a decision. This is not a broadcast about targeting. I think really where we're at in the broadcast now is seeing if Lehi can get some points on the board.
Jensen on third down. It's third and very long. Wren can't corral it in. It'll fall out, incomplete. 7:53 left to go in the fourth, and for a fourth down coming up here for Lehi.
Our man number 15, Rocky Rafajko on that one, and I think that kind of tells the story of the night offensively for Lehi. Seeing some of the big guys limping off the field, it's just a little bit of dejectedness for that group, and it has been a tough night for that Pioneer offense.
That punt is blocked. The punt is blocked. Who came down with it? Great play on special teams for the visiting Sentinels. Blocked away, and that is where Mountain Ridge will set up shop.
Easton Stubbs makes the effort to get a paw on it. Ball flies up, and Mountain Ridge downs it at about the 48-yard line. That's where they're going to take over with 7:50 left to play.
Over 73 years ago, we set a standard for tire service. Today, we continue to get out of our way to go out of our way to get you on your way. We are local experts who can give you useful advice for the roads you drive. Les Schwab, proud sponsor of Lehi football. Let's run up the middle here on first down. Good gain on first down as well. It brings up 4 yards for the Sentinels.
Yeah, for Mountain Ridge now, it's an opportunity to work on everything that you want to try and get better at. And I think they've shown a depth at the passing game, so I'd expect to see a little bit more in the run game. We'll see how much longer Jackson Hunt lasts in this one.
Hunt will take the snap. Handoff again. And this time Morris brought down, going nowhere as he's swallowed up in the backfield.
Yeah, Colt Kelly flying upfield. And, we've seen that play all game long from this Lehi defense. It's not from lack of effort or trying that they've given up 34 points tonight. I think they came out on fire. 2 stops initially, fought in there for the third drive, and then as Mountain Ridge started to pile up the points, it just tipped against them.
3rd down, Hunt drops back, pressure coming, going over the top, and it is incomplete. Intended for McCray Renteria. How about the defensive play there from Ryan Harris to deny the opportunity?
Yeah, great job by Ryan Harris. He's step for step with McCray Renteria, who's one of the faster players in the state. Able to knock that one incomplete.
6:25. It's 4th down, and the Sentinels offense will stay out there. Hunt trying to get them on the hard count. 7 on the play clock. With 6, with 5, with 2. Hunt. And a timeout will be taken here by the Sentinels.
Yeah. Listen, you can't take the timeouts with you. You might as well try and draw them off, and nothing wrong with a play like that. Maybe try and pick up some yards or first down even. Good job by Lehi to hold their water, as the adage goes. I would expect that Mountain Ridge will punt this away, but we'll see.
Take this opportunity to take a look around the rest of 6A. Some of the goings on tonight around the state of Utah. Lone Peak, how about them down 52-3 against IMG Academy. Corner Canyon up 40-0 against Stimpview. Davis up 49-21 on Fremont. Harriman and Stansbury, a close one, 33-29. Copper Hill's up big, 55-7 over West Jordan. Maple Mountain taking down Riverton 24-17 at the moment. Pleasant Grove up 14-0 on West Lake. Brighton and Weber tied 31-31. Bountiful up 28-3 on Farmington. And then American Fork down 17-3 to Mater Day.
Number 82, Breckenavina.
Another timeout taken. This time by
Timeout on the field, Pioneer timeout.
the Lehi Pioneers. I want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. Metal Mart specializes in many steel, aluminum, and stainless items that are perfect for your next steel project. From metal roofing for your homes, cabins, barns, and sheds, to steel tube and pipe, plates, steel shapes, corral panels, and more. That's Metal Mart. Skin Science. The Skin Science Institute offers the best esthetician instruction and services in Salt Lake City. Whether you're a student looking for a new career path or a client looking for affordable services, we have it all. We are dedicated to providing our clients the ambiance, relaxation products, and professionalism of a high-end spa without the high-end prices. Also, a big, big thank you to Smile Ranch Orthodontics. From adult to early orthodontics, trust Smile Ranch to give you and your child a healthy and beautiful smile. You can trust our exceptional orthodontic team to be your smile's greatest advocates and partners in achieving the results you desire. Smile Ranch Orthodontics is your path to the perfect smile. 4th down here as the Sentinels will look to boot this one up and away. And the flags are out. Kicker goes down. Another flag comes out. That ball will go out of, almost went out of bounds. Spotted over there on the far side. We got 2 flags, Brian. We'll see what the calls are here.
Multiple flags on the field.
I think the officials, they understand that it's getting close to allergy season, throwing hankies everywhere out there right now. Keep your nose clean, folks. Nobody wants to worry about boogies. About at that time in the broadcast here where
So after the conversations, we'll do it again.
I'm not sure if folks at home get the direct feed from the officials there. We had formation and then roughing the kicker, so the penalty's offset. Down replayed. Never one that was that good at interpreting.
Yes.
Is that the word?
Yeah, yes.
But I've learned how to do it here for officiating.
6-17. We'll try it again on 4th down.
You can, in fact, teach an old dog new tricks.
This ball will be booted away. And takes a bounce at the 1 and denies it from going into the end zone. That ball will be spotted at the 1-yard line, and that is where the Pioneers will take over.
Well, everybody getting a highlight tonight, even the punter for this Mountain Ridge Sentinel squad. What a beautiful kick, sticks it at the 1. And they're able to down it, and if you're a Lehi fan, you just kind of have to shake your head. It's just been one of those nights for the Pioneers. Again, this is I don't want to say young team because they've got some seniors, they've got some experienced starters on it, but a team that is reloading. You're replacing Legend Glasker, Devon Eka, both of which are going to be big-time impact players for BYU this year. And yes, I said what I said. You're going to hear their names a lot this season at the collegiate level, and so that is a lot to replace. And I think we saw something from this defense tonight. And can the offense catch up?
Change at quarterback here for Lehi. The night is done for number 11, Briggs Jensen. Takes a snap, handoff up the middle. The ball is out! The ball is out! We'll see what the call is. They'll rule him down. Oh, it looked like the Sentinels had got it back in the end zone, but Lehi, they'll say they spotted him down.
This Mountain Ridge defense is a defense of hunters. And they could smell blood the instant the backup quarterback came in there, tried to get the ball back. Lehi able to maintain possession on that one, but whew, that's one that'll make your lungs gasp for air.
Believe that is Carson Rogers now manning the quarterback position. Rogers will go down inside the end zone.
Yep.
And that is a safety.
Old school Twitter users bust out the Wyoming safety dance gif. That's a safety. and really what it is an exclamation point for this Mountain Ridge defense, which has done everything so far tonight but score. They do get the safety there. Listen, congrats to them. I love that defense, love that staff, but also my heart goes out to this Lehi offense right now because I've been on both sides of these things, and it's way more fun on the Mountain Ridge sideline. But I will say there is life after safeties for that Lehi offense, and it's not fun to lose. It's not fun to deal with this. It's adversity, but how you respond to it speaks volumes, and I expect this Lehi program will take steps forward following this game. It's they're in a tough region, but this is the kind of test that I think you really want to have early on the season so that you know exactly what you need to work on, where you need to improve. And for a coaching staff that I think is one of the best in the state, that they're going to get these guys working hard. This is a group that I've heard a lot of positives about, that this is a team that sticks together. They play for one another, and I have no doubt, and I really do believe that we're going to see this team take strides down the road. All that is to say, that's a pretty tough one right there.
For Lehi, second-year head coach Andy Hadfield, 6-5 overall last season. Feels like it's not often you see a Lehi team eliminated early in the state tournament. They had a second-round exit last year. taken down by American Fork 21-20. That was a thrilling game. This year, the question was, I think the big question for Lehi coming into the season was, how do you replace Devon Eka? How do you replace Legend Glasker? How do you replace so much production on both sides of the ball? And it's not often that you see Lehi projected to finish in 5th place in regions in that Region 3, but this year they were.
I think the other thing that's incredible about that region is you may see every single one of those teams make the playoff because it is a deep region. I know we like to use the nickname SEC of high school football. It doesn't matter. SEC, Big Ten, it's the best region in the state, and understandably so. Went 4-1 as a group last week. Lehi's going to drop this one, but I say that, and I'm still impressed by the fight of this defense as Romero runs into another wall of Lehi defenders, and what do you know? Another penalty flag.
Thing for Mountain Ridge and for head coach Nick Robbins, again, also entering year 2 as head coach. Last year led them to that 10-3 finish. What a historical season for Mountain Ridge it was last year. A semifinalist last season, ended up losing to the eventual champion in Corner Canyon 59-20. But for Nick Robbins and this Mountain Ridge team, how do you build on that? How do you improve upon 10-3 overall? And it's probably, hey, make another deep run, maybe make it to that championship game.
Yeah, I think they know what they have at quarterback as we see a new quarterback back there for the Sentinels. Kason McGee steps in. But it's Jackson Hunt and that offense that gives Mountain Ridge every opportunity to make a deeper run and potentially compete for a state championship game. I think for people who don't know this program, this is a good introduction. It's back-to-back huge games for Mountain Ridge. They've got plenty that they can still work on. Slow start's becoming a bit of a pattern for them. I'm sure Coach Robbins will be on top of that, but you can see the firepower, their ability to score at will makes them a threat.
I think everybody knows the name Jackson Hunt. I think everybody knows the name Titan DeYoung. I think everybody's familiar with a lot of the weapons they have on offense. But tonight, I've been impressed with this the defensive side of the ball. You look at guys like Cole Uluabe, who has been fantastic tonight. You look at guys like Blake Benson, who also had a fantastic game. Not only that, too, you have number 30, the freshman Tristan Washington, who made some big plays on defense for Mountain Ridge as well.
Yeah, Washington, Ryder Whitaker, Kyler Christiansen, Scooby Tulau. There's a lot of names on that defense, and it was a group that we didn't talk about nearly enough last year. I think we're going to have to talk about them a lot more this year, and that may be where a lot of 6A is decided is,
Here comes a run from the Sentinels. That's Jaden Romero, who takes it into the end zone and extends the Sentinel lead.
Breaks through the offensive line and rumble, Jaden, rumble! That's a touchdown for the Sentinels, and now
kicking unit is out there.
A little bit of a pause there. We talked on the broadcast, the new rule. Once the score reaches 44 points, they call the game, and I think this is a classy move by Coach Robbins.
O'Neal, kick is up. Kick is no good, and it'll stay 42-0 with 2:02 left. Clock is running and winding down here, though, for the remainder of the fourth quarter.
And last week had a chance to talk with the new executive director,
Ryan
Bishop of the UHSAA. And I think this will be one of the first to-do list items that he'll have to grapple with is this new rule, because I don't feel like this game was a blowout necessarily. We had about 3 quarters where things were still competitive. Lehi still had every opportunity to get back into it. And again, this Mountain Ridge team is designed to score and score in bunches. They want to put points up. But it's high school football, and I think there is a conversation to be had about whether or not this is actually hurting players in getting reps and development, or if it's keeping them safe in terms of physical, the physical side of it, where you start to wear down, and they're just. I don't even want to talk touch the transfer issue, but there are just going to be programs that are better than others, right? You know, you played at Kearns, I played at Highland. We had years where Highland was the dominant program, and we annihilated people. I coached at Cypress, and we were the team getting annihilated. So I understand the dynamics of all of that. But one thing these kids don't get back is opportunities to play on Friday night, and I just don't know how much more we can take that away from kids.
Lehi on the kick return as that ball's bounced out over to the right. It goes out of bounds. It's pushed out of bounds, and that's where the Pioneers will set up shop.
And, you know, another thing to point out along that is you're going to give Carson Rogers an opportunity to get a better drive than the first one he got. Kind of caught a little bit of a raw deal getting it at the less than 1 yard line coming out, and now he'll get a chance to put some reps down and get comfortable, build some confidence. You never know how the season's going to play out, but also, I mean, he's a younger player that I think they're going to expect to step into a role next year at the very least. And so you want to see him get some reps and develop here too.
Rogers will take the snap. Handoff up the middle. Nice run by the Lehi Pioneers. Cam Bryce, as he goes down over on that far sideline.
Got to know Cam Bryce a little bit in the summer. He was a guy that I was looking forward to watching in person. He has not disappointed. They haven't been as explosive as I expected. Thought he had that touchdown in the first half, but negated by the penalty, or I guess it was the third quarter. Really enjoy him. A lot of good stories.
Rogers gets it out quick. It's caught, pushed out of bounds, and we are under a minute to go. 41 seconds left here in the fourth.
And that pass from Carson Rogers.
Something that I felt was missing a little bit for the Lehi Pioneers is you go back, you see the highlights from last week when they took out when they beat Maple Mountain. It was the Cameron show. Cameron was electric. Cameron was breaking through. Cameron was making big plays, and we just did not call Cameron's name enough tonight.
Saw glimmers of it, right? A couple big returns, a couple big third down conversions.
Nice run, great run there from Cam Bryce.
So quick Cam Bryce story. I was talking to his mom this summer, and can't remember if it was playing football or whatever it was. She said, hey, if you want to do this, you got to go out and earn the money. So he started a dog walking business in his neighborhood that very day. Ended up paying for it all within a week. You can see that kind of drive and determination coming to fruition on that run. But to your point, Alex, not enough explosive plays for the Lehi Pioneers tonight, and that just showed up on the scoreboard. Again, not the result that they hoped for, but nevertheless, always a great night here in Lehi. Love broadcasting from this stadium, love this community, and this is a team that I know will bounce back.
Before we wrap these up, we do have to give our helmet stickers of the week. I think the obvious one on the offensive side of the ball for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels, it's got to be Xander Thayer, the senior who had a fantastic evening this evening, scoring a couple touchdowns, adding a couple of big plays. Xander Thayer was electric.
Yeah, you could give the nod to a couple players defensively. I almost would shout out a helmet sticker for that entire Mountain Ridge defense. Anytime you post a shutout, that's a big win. So I'll give a helmet sticker to defensive coordinator Jackson Peck and his group. They can share that one together. There's not a whole lot of guidelines for who we can give helmet stickers to, and you know, he is outstanding at what he does, and they had an outstanding game tonight, that's for sure.
And we'll give one more to the guy you were just mentioning, Cam Bryce, who also came in and had a couple of really big runs for the Lehi Pioneers. Cam Bryce also taking one of our helmet stickers this evening. As always, the helmet stickers are brought to you by Tab Bank. Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 2.75% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. Tab responsibly. Visit tabbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC. That's going to do it for us here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. As always, presented by Tab Bank. I'm Alex Napolis. That's Brian Brown. Big shout out to Jake Hatch for joining us up here on the broadcast tonight. Big shout out to Austin up top on camera, who was also fantastic for us this evening. And from the entire Rewind Sports family, we thank you for watching. Everyone have a good night, get home safe, and we'll see you next week.